and took off with the money.
Yeah, this is case number 260 on the calendar in the matter of Treitner versus Unterberger.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Have a seat, sir.
Ms. Treitner, the defendant is your daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are suing her because, according to what I read, your daughter was riding in a car as a passenger. Who was driving?
I was driving.
And there was an accident.
Yes.
And your daughter was injured.
Yes.
She was under 18 at the time.
Yes.
And you decided, rather than going to trial, because I assume the other person was responsible?
Yes.
You settled her claim.
That's correct.
For a little over $4,000.
Yes.
She wasn't living with you at the time, because your daughter has been in foster care for a good part of her adolescence.
That's correct.
And you sent her the check, because there was a two-party check, and you instructed her to sign the back of the check, send it back to you, and you would give her some of the money.
That's correct.
And she kept the check and cashed it.
Yes.
And spent the money.
Yes.
So you want half the money back for her medical bills.
That's correct.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 19.
When did you go into foster care?
I went into foster care the 24th of May in 2002 is the official date.
Who did you live with before that time?
My mother.
Had you been in foster care at any time from the age of 12 to 16?
I went to foster care when I was 14 and I turned 15 in foster care.
You have siblings?
Yes.
How old are they?
My brother's 14.
Does he live with your mother?
Yes.
Has he always lived with your mother?
Yes.
He was not in foster care?
No.
So I gather from what you told me, you and your mother had a rocky relationship, which is why she put you in foster care.
Correct.
And you have remarried?
Yes.
Now, you took her out of foster care because you were going on a vacation or a trip?
That's not exactly true. We asked them if she could go with us. It's not so much that we took her out, but it was more like a trial to see if she could come back home and live with us.
And that's when the accident occurred?
Yes.
Tell me about the accident. When was it?
It was June 14th, 2002. We were getting onto the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and there was an 18-wheeler in front of us stopped. I stopped. The person behind me stopped. The person behind him did not. When he hit that car hit us. It bounced back and hit us again. Jessica was on the driver's side back. I was driving. The car, when it hit that side twice. We at first declined care because she said she was fine. By the time we got to New Jersey, she was complaining of symptoms of a whiplash. We took her into the hospital, and she did have whiplash.
Did the insurance company pay for the damage to your car?
Yes.
Whose insurance?
The person that hit us.
Did you sue on your behalf?
No.
Who else was in the car?
My husband was in the car, and she was in the car, and my son was in the car.
Anybody else injured besides your daughter?
Not in our car. I don't know about the other people.
Not in your car?
Right.
So what medical bills did you have for your daughter?
We had medical bills from the hospital in New Jersey where she was seen, and a hospital bill from a lab, I think. It's in my paperwork.
Well, I'd like to see it.
This is the breakdown of where the money was supposed to go. It was for the radiologist. Everything else,
Did you pay these bills?
Yes.
Let me see.
I don't have the receipts. They were just paid for I think on my husband's credit card like 2 years ago, and we don't have the bill.
Your Honor, I was in foster care, therefore Medicaid paid for the bills. I was unable to get a hold of Medicaid. I was unable to get a hold of the hospital, but I do have copies of my physical therapy that I went through. Payments, and also the highlighted section is Medicaid adjustment and Medicaid paid.
Can I see it?
We did not ask them to pay anything that Medicaid paid. Her physical therapy, anything that happened in the state of Ohio.
I just need proof that you paid these bills.
I don't have it.
Well, that's unfortunate, because if she was in foster care, your daughter is absolutely right. If she was in foster care, then the state pays for any medical treatment that she had.
That's true. However, regardless of whether her bills were paid or not, it says on there that she's supposed to get $2,000 only. The other $2,000 was supposed to be for her bills. I thought if they were already paid, I would not have to bring any more proof. I mean, it's to pay her bills.
Let me ask you this question. Which one is it? Is it that you paid the bills, or you didn't pay the bills, but you felt as if $2,000 was supposed to be towards the bills, so you should be entitled to that? Which one was it?
The bills were paid.
By whom?
I paid them, and my husband paid them. They're on his...
All you have to do is show me.
I can't.
Listen to me, Miss Trentner. Even if you didn't pay and Medicaid paid, Only $2,000 of that $4,000 check was to go to your daughter, and you as her parent would be entitled to the other half.
No, the other money was to pay the bills. She was only entitled to...
Listen, I do not believe, madam, that... Stop playing with the paper. I do not believe that you paid the bills. I'm going to tell you why I don't believe that you paid the bills. First of all, you don't have any evidence that you paid the bills, and you don't look like an unintelligent woman. And if you're coming to court and saying, and your complaint says, half the money was to pay for the bills, that is your whole case. Your whole case is the bills.
No, ma'am, that was not why I wanted to see the judge. Why I wanted to come was because when I sent Jessica the check, she forged my name and took any money, period. It's the fact that she forged my name or she had somebody forge the name on my check.
Then what you're saying is it's not because you spent your own money out of your pocket to pay for her medical bills that you should be reimbursed for. You came to court and you wanted to see the judge because your daughter had forged your name and taken all the money.
Ma'am, that is correct.
However, all right.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
I don't care at this point about the $2,000 that is in dispute, whether you say I owe it or whatever, and you can keep the $2,000. I don't care. The dispute is she forged my name on the check.
And?
I would like her to have to pay for something that she's done wrong at least once in her life.
Veronica Treichner says her daughter, Jessica Unterberger, forged her name on an insurance check and cashed it.
Ms. Treichner, your daughter was under the age of 18 at the time you sent her this check, is that right?
That is correct.
And so she was still technically your responsibility?
No, ma'am.
Oh, she was She was your responsibility. You chose to abdicate that responsibility by putting her in foster care.
Can I tell you why she was put in foster care?
Sure.
When she was about 12 or 13, she started to hit people, and she would not stop. We had her arrested at least twice for domestic violence before she was put out of my house. I told
Ms. Treichner, is it normal for a child who's 12 years old to act out in that way?
Yes, but...
You think it's normal for a child of 12 years old to act out in that way?
No, I don't.
Okay. So what did you as a parent do while she was living with you in order to try to get to the root of the problem as to why she was acting out in that way?
We sent her to counseling. I went to counseling with her. We tried to take my mom to counseling. We tried to get my son to go.
What do you mean you tried to take your mom to counseling?
My mom lived with us, and she would not go to counseling.
Well, was there a problem with your mother?
There's many problems with my mother, Judge.
Well, what was the problem with your mother and your daughter? What was the problem with your grandmother and you?
The main thing was before we had moved in with my grandmother, because for the longest time it was just me, my brother, and my mom. And then we decided, because my mother was working all the times, and me and my brother were from babysitter to babysitter, that it was just easier for us to live with my grandmother so she could watch us. Before we moved in with my grandmother, everything was fine. We were kids. We were allowed to go hang out, play with our friends, whatever. We moved in with my grandmother, and all that stopped. My brother was still allowed to do whatever he wanted, and I was constantly on lockdown. I wasn't allowed to talk on the phone, wasn't allowed to go hang out.
What do you mean you were on lockdown?
I was in the house 24/7. I wasn't allowed to go hang out with my friends. I wasn't allowed to go do anything school-related.
You mean your grandmother was strict with you?
Yes.
Okay. And you tried to get your mother to go to counseling?
Correct.
And your mother refused to go to counseling?
Exactly.
I assume you wanted your mother to go to counseling because you felt as if some of her behavior was not appropriate.
I felt between my mother, me, and Jessica that there was an issue that we needed to get to the bottom of. Yes.
Okay, and your mother refused to go?
Yes.
Your daughter went?
Yes.
You went?
Yes.
She's 12.
Actually, she was a little bit older.
She's 13. She's 14. I understand that you were a single mother and you had 2 children, but you put your daughter in a situation that you acknowledge was not the best situation for her, with your mother, with somebody who refused to address any problems that there were, and you responded to that when your daughter started to act out, which I'm sure she acknowledges was inappropriate, inappropriate behavior, but she started to act out. Your response was, instead of moving out of your mother's house, you put her in foster care.
That's not exactly true. My mom lived with us because she could not work. She had nowhere else to go. My brother wouldn't take her. Nobody would take her.
Just a second. Is what you're telling me now that you had to make a choice between your mother and your daughter?
No.
That your mother had no place else to go and you couldn't put your mother in foster care, so you put your daughter in foster care? Shh.
No.
Come on.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to get what's happening here.
Can I kind of explain it? Jessica would go from hitting, then she went to punching. She tried to choke me. She went after her grandmother with a butcher knife. The reason that I finally put her out is because I told her, if you ever hit your brother, you cannot stay with me anymore. I put up with a lot of stuff. Even when she went to counseling, we found an excellent counselor for her, was working wonders for her. Then she decided that she didn't like him, and then she wouldn't talk to anybody. So when she hit her brother in the face, that's when I told her that she was no longer welcome in my home because she was my daughter, and I didn't know what else to do.
Okay, so that's, just a second, so that's what you did. And then you had a problem with this check. Now, you don't have to answer me as to whether or not you forged your mother's name. You forged your mother's name, you cashed the check. That's what you did, right?
Correct.
Okay, what'd you do with the money?
I was living in my own apartment, and I needed furniture for my apartment.
How old were you when you were living in your
I was 17.
Okay.
Foster care has a program called independent living, and that's what they did. They put me in independent living. I needed pots and pans, dishes.
Okay, so you were living in an apartment.
Correct.
Did you know that she was living by herself?
Yes, I did.
Good. What did you do to help her set up in her apartment?
When she set up in her own apartment, we were already in New Jersey.
I didn't ask you where you were. I said, what did you do to help her set up in her own apartment?
When she called me, I asked her if she needed anything. She told me no, she was fine.
So the answer that you're telling me is you did nothing for her to set her up in her own apartment at age 17.
I asked her if she needed... Right, that's correct.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What she's telling you she does for a living is not what she does for a living.
Well, tell me what she does for a living.
She has tried to sue the state of New York twice.
Suing the city of New York is not a living. She lied about what she did for a living.
Yes, she did.
You tell me what she does for a living.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Veronica Treitner says her daughter, Jessica Unterberger, stole her share of an insurance settlement.
Okay. So she says she needed furniture and pots and pans, and she needed some money. Were you working?
Yes.
What kind of work were you doing?
I was working at a pizza parlor.
Are you still working there?
No, that was in Ohio. I currently live in New York now.
And what do you do in New York?
During the summer season, I'm a soccer referee, and right now I'm working as a waitress.
Where?
At a restaurant on the east side.
You live alone?
Yes.
That's a hesitant yes.
Because I'm living in a room in a house. There's other people in the house, but it's my room.
So you rent a room?
Yes.
What's your rent?
$120 a week.
And how long have you lived there?
I've lived in this particular place for about 2 weeks now.
Prior to that, where were you living?
I was living in Ridgewood in another one room, and I was paying $90 a week there, and I lived there for 3 months. And before that, I was living with my fiance's parents.
And that didn't work out?
No.
So from the time you were 17 until now, you've taken care of yourself?
Correct.
You got my drift.
I don't understand why you want to believe her, because what she's telling you is not true.
Just a second. All I'm asking you is, you're her mother.
That's correct.
From the time she was 17 until today, other than this $2,000, how much money have you given your daughter?
None, because I did not know where she was.
Now you know where she was. Whether you know where she was or you don't know where she was, you've given her nothing, and she's managed to support herself.
If that's what you want to call it.
Well, she's managed to support herself.
But what she's telling you she does for a living is not what she does for a living.
Well, tell me what she does for a living.
She has tried to sue the state of New York twice.
Yeah?
She has lied to you about not where she lives, but who she lives with. And
listen to me. I asked you a simple question. You said to me she lied about what she does for a living. And I'm asking you if she lied about what she did for a living.
Yes, she did.
You tell me what she does for a living. Suing the city of New York is not a living.
I understand that.
All right.
What she told you and what she told me was that she works in a restaurant and she gets paid under the table.
Who cares?
But that is not true.
Well, so tell me what she does.
I'm not sure. But I know she doesn't do that.
Let's try now. Let me tell you something. I was concerned.
You know what?
I'm speaking. I was concerned about your lawsuit from the beginning because it seems to me that you were...
Again, she's
I'm
gonna win.
speaking. You were in a car. You were the driver of the car. Your minor daughter was injured in an accident that, according to you, and I have no reason to doubt you, was not your fault. I have children, and if one of my children was injured in an accident, and the accident resulted in that child getting a claim, why don't you try paying attention instead of crying because you're not going to get any money?
I don't care about the money.
Then just listen. Then just listen. It would seem to me what I would do is I would say, gee, here's $4,000. I'm going to put this in an account for my child, for their future, either for college or to set them up in an apartment or to help them maybe with a car. But certainly, I didn't pay out any money because I had insurance that covered the medical bills.
That's not true.
And you didn't pay any money because I don't believe that either you or your husband paid any money, because if you did, you would have the canceled check. You would have your credit card statement showing that you paid the amount 2 years ago, because if you knew you were coming to court and that's the evidence that you required, that's the evidence that you would have. Now, you say you're angry because she forged your name and she should be taught a lesson. Well, it was the wrong thing for her to do, to forge your name and to take the money to use to set up an apartment. But at the time she was 17 years old, she was placed in independent living, had your own apartment. You were working marginally to pay for whatever was in the apartment, and she needed the money. And since you weren't forthcoming with the money and you knew how to reach her because you knew where to send the check, you sent her the check and said, darling, sign the back of this check. When I get the money, I'll give you half.
That's not what happened.
That's what you told me in your complaint. You said, you want me to read you what you wrote? You said, I sent her the check unsigned. I sent it by certified mail.
That's correct.
Okay, so you knew where to send it.
Right after that.
Yeah, just a second. So you knew where to send it. And if you knew where to send it, was she in foster care or was she in her own apartment?
She was in her own apartment at that time.
Right. And how much had you given her at that time to help her set up an apartment? A little slush funds.
Considering that I had just found out that she was on her own, I couldn't have sent her anything, could I have? I did not know.
Yes, just a second.
I did not know.
Yes, my dear, you could have. You could have said, here's $4,000 that I just got.
But
I'm speaking. You're on your own. I'm signing this check over to you, my sweetheart. I know you've had a difficult teenage time. We haven't always gotten along, but you're on your own now. Here's $4,000 that none of us anticipated because you decided to settle the case for her. Here's $4,000. I want you to take it. Whatever you don't need, listen, whatever you don't need to set up your apartment, put in a bank account and use it with my love, because part of it should come to me. I'm giving it to you. That's what you should have done. You didn't do it then. You're doing it now. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
I can't believe this. You win again. You
Now, this is case number 226 on the calendar in the matter of Durant versus Lockhart. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Have a seat, please.
Valerie, how old are you, dear?
16.
And the lady standing next to you is your stepmother?
Yes.
And Miss Lockhart is your grandmother?
Yeah.
And you are her?
Mother.
All right, let's see where the story starts. I gather that you were living with your mother at some point. Then you and your mother had some sort of a falling out and you went to live with your grandmother.
No, Your Honor. I was living with my dad and my stepmother. In 2003 is when I moved in with my grandmother.
Is that because you had a falling out with either your father or your stepmother?
It was because I was having trouble in school. And
whatever. You were having difficulty.
Yeah.
So you went to live with your grandma. And while you were living with your grandmother, according to your complaint, your mother was sending some money to put away for a class ring.
Yes.
And then when you left your grandma's house in May of 2004, your grandma kept the money.
Yes.
So you're suing her for the money that your mother had sent for you for your class ring.
Yes. Some of that money was also from my dad. It was my birthday money.
Your grandma says that she did get the money. Your mother told her to keep the money to cover some other expenses that she had. So I have a few questions. How long has Valerie lived with you but for the time she was with her grandmother?
2 years, approximately.
And how long have you been married to her father?
Approximately 2 years, 2 to 3 years.
Step up. Your last name is?
Mine is Keel.
Miss Keel, did you send your daughter money?
Yes, I did.
And when you sent her the money, did you send it directly to her?
No, I did not.
Who did you send it to?
I sent it to my mother to be held for a ring.
You sent your mother the letter, and in the letter there was cash or a check?
There was cash.
And the cash was given directly to your mother?
Yes, always.
Is that right?
Yes.
So the money never came to you?
No, but it was meant for my class ring. They both knew that.
Valerie, this is the situation. If your mother sent the money to you, and you in turn said to your grandmother, I want you to hold this for me, then she's just acting like a piggy bank. Do you understand?
The $200 that my dad and my stepmom Teresa had given to me, I went up to Iowa and they had given me $200, and that was given straight to me. And
Okay.
then I gave it to her.
Fine. So then let's not talk about the money that your mother sent to your grandmother. Let's talk about the money that your father and your stepmother gave to you. How much money did Valerie personally hand you and say, Grandma, will you hold this for me for my class ring?
She gave me money, and I don't know exactly how much, to hold for me so we could start her a savings account.
So you don't remember how much that was?
I do know one amount. When her dad brought her back to my house, she spent the week of her birthday in Iowa, and so whatever they gave her up there, I'm not sure. The only money that I know that was given her, because I was standing there at the time, is when her dad brought her home. The stepmother stayed in the vehicle. He came in with Valerie, and in Valerie's bedroom, he said, Valerie, here is $100. Do not tell Teresa. And we were going to start a savings account with all the money that she had received for her birthday.
And how much was that?
I know the $100 there. Her grandmother from Iowa had given her like I think $20, which I guess Valerie thinks that I took the money out of the mailbox, but she was in Iowa the whole week.
Okay. How much money did your father give you?
My father and my stepmom gave me $200, and that $200 was given to me in Iowa.
Okay. And how much did you give your grandmother to hold for you?
I gave her $200. She knew that it was for class ring.
It really doesn't make any difference what it's for. Okay. You say class ring, she says savings account. It doesn't make any difference. Did you put that money away for her?
No, she took it back.
When
and
did
she spent it.
When did she take it back?
It was probably 2 weeks, and it was not all at once. She kept saying things that she wanted. Then her boyfriend's birthday came up. So she, I gave her money a little bit at a time out of this money that I was holding just in my purse for her to start a savings account. I wanted her to start a savings account.
Well, what did she say to you, for instance, when it was her boyfriend's birthday?
She wanted to get him a gift.
So what did she say to you?
She said, Grandma, I need money out of the envelope.
So she knew that the envelope in your purse was the money that she had given you?
For savings account.
Okay.
Which we never started.
Did you say to your grandma, when you needed a present for your boyfriend, I need money from the envelope?
Yes, Your Honor. We had 2 envelopes. One was marked class ring, and one was marked savings account. She had told me that we wasn't going to start a savings account. So I did take money out of the savings account. There was 2 envelopes. I did take the money out of the savings account one.
We're not talking about class ring, my dear. Listen to me very carefully. I want you to clearly understand. The money that your mother sent directly to your grandmother is not yours. Got it?
Yeah.
The money that your father and stepmother gave you as a gift for your birthday was yours. Your grandmother says that you wanted things, money for presents for your boyfriend for his birthday, money for things that you saw that you wanted, and over the course of time, you went into, not you personally, but you said, Grandma, I want the money from that envelope. And you acknowledge that that's true. Now, how much did you take out for things that you wanted?
You don't understand. There was 2 envelopes. One was for the class ring, one was for the savings account. There was $400 in the class ring one. 200 of that my dad had given me and my stepmom Teresa. There was another envelope because I just had my birthday, and I had got money from other family members and other friends.
How much?
I'm not exactly sure how much was in that one. I couldn't even give a guess for that money. But yes, I did take that money back.
I assume you had difficulty with your father?
Yes.
You still having difficulty with your father?
No.
Do you live with your father?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Where is he?
He works constantly. He works from the time daybreaks come till the time nighttime comes. That's why I have guardianship of Valerie, and I'm raising her. Nobody has time for her.
You mean you individually without her father, and you share a home with her father?
He works all the time.
I don't care if he works all the time. That's what fathers sometimes do. They work all the time. So I don't understand why you would have guardianship of her.
Because I'm the one that takes care of her, takes her back and forth to school, takes her to counseling. She sees a psychologist.
She's the only one out of my parents that would take care of me.
Something that is very peculiar to me.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Why did you leave your grandmother's house?
She had called the police on me. I can't believe that a grandma would do that.
You think that she's trying to be vicious and mean to you?
Yes.
And later today,
After she overpowered you and got out of the car and managed to crawl up the hood of the car and she's on the windshield, weren't you worried that something would happen to Jackie?
I was watching her.
You were watching her crawl up on the hood of the car.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 16-year-old Valerie Durant says her grandmother, Jan Lockhart, won't return money she gave her to hold.
Now, what did you... Go ahead.
Can I just please say something? I had Valerie for a year and a half. I went up there Christmas to get her. She had been kicked out of the home by her father and her stepmother.
I assume.
She walked up a highway carrying bags when she was 14 years old.
I assume.
I have a statement from the counselor that I took her to that plainly states the very things that Valerie said herself about her relationship with her father and them kicking her out. I have that.
I assume that she
and I
came
went
to
up
live
there
with you
with
for that reason.
The best of intentions. She wasn't going to school. She was allowed to smoke on the conditions she smoked in the den by the fireplace. She was given wine coolers. Now, this is what I'm told by Valerie.
Okay. Why did she leave your house?
She left my home because it started with her boyfriend. I went to her room, and the reason I have this class ring receipt is because it was in her room, in her hope chest, which I have a letter from Valerie stating that, also stating that she doesn't know how much money there was. I mean, it's just, this is where I paid the $50 down on the class ring. I did have $125 from her mother for the class ring, but the money that Valerie got for her birthday was in Iowa, except the $100 she received from her dad in her bedroom when I was standing right there.
And it's your statement that she
and
spent it.
It is gone.
Okay. Why did you leave your grandmother's house?
Because me and my boyfriend, we had some trouble. And
What do
then
you mean you and your boyfriend, you had some trouble?
we had sex.
And?
And then she found out about it.
And?
And after that, she wouldn't let me call my dad to ask for him to come and get me.
How old's the boyfriend?
He's 16. She told many people that she was keeping the class ring money to pay for an attorney because she pushed him in church.
She pushed him in church?
Yes.
All right.
They never went to court over that, though. But she told me that she was going to keep the money for that. And also, one of the reasons why I left her house was because we was having way too many problems. She wouldn't let me call my dad, so I told her that I was going to the neighbor's house. And then when I went to the neighbor's house, she had called the police on me. And the police came, and she told the police that I had ran away and that I kicked in their door. I was really upset that she would do something like that.
Because she's a bad person, is that what you're telling me?
I'm just saying, I'm
asking you a question.
I can't believe that a grandma would do that, you know.
You think she was trying to be vicious and mean to you?
Yes, I do, because I did not run away. I told her where I was going.
Just a second. I'm just asking you. You think that she's trying to be vicious and mean to you?
Yes.
Where's the boyfriend?
He's in Arkansas. I don't go out with him anymore.
Why not?
Because I moved to Iowa.
Does he call you all the time?
Not anymore. We used to. He used to call every night at 9.
When did he stop?
After we broke up.
Why did you break up?
Because I was going to school and going to work, and I didn't have time to talk to him.
Oh, I don't believe that, my dear. That's a fib. Going to school and going to work doesn't mean that you can't talk to him at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, so that, I don't buy that.
She's not allowed to talk on the phone after certain hours.
Miss Durant, you are nothing but trouble.
Well, that may be.
You are nothing but trouble. What I'm telling you is if you find yourself in the unenviable position of having a 16-year-old that you're in charge of, because according to you, father works all the time and the mother is not capable, I'm going to tell you that you should not, under any circumstances, encourage her or importune her or support her in cutting off ties with her biological family. That is a very stupid thing.
I do not do that.
Very
Your
stupid
Honor.
thing. Well, you're being here today. Your being here today suggests to me that you do, because but for your intervention, she could have not proceeded with this case today since you are her guardian for some bizarre reason. So if it were me, I would have said to her, listen, you're not talking about a lot. I don't know how much money your husband sent to Grandma for taking care of her for the year and a half she was there. How many thousands of dollars a month did he send?
$150.
A month?
A month.
A month. You can't feed a large goldfish for $150 a month. So her grandmother supported her, took care of her for a year and a half. Far more than
And
a couple
we're
$100
grateful
for a
that she did it.
class ring. For a class ring, which I don't see why she needs, because she left her grandmother before school was out. Your case is dismissed. Be smart. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It wasn't the $350.
It wasn't about the money.
She has got to learn lessons in her life.
I was just wanting her to feel what she did to me, you know,
That you suffer the consequences for your actions.
of her lying and stealing from her own granddaughter.
With the parental guidance that she has at this time,
I hope that her conscience gets to her.
I don't know what's going to happen.
I think it's very sad.
I just think it's pretty pathetic that me being an outsider, I have to take care of her.
But regardless, I love her. She'll always be my daughter.
Can't get her own mother to take care of her.
And I always want what's best for her.
It really bothers me. It hurts my heart.
Oh, I'm happy the way that I'm living now.
She knows my phone number.
So, things are just normal for me.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Avila versus Young. Step forward, please.
22-year-old homemaker Crystal Avila is suing her ex-boyfriend, 19-year-old construction worker Justin Young, for the cost of a broken windshield. Justin claims the window was broken by Crystal's 4-year-old daughter.
Have a seat.
Miss Avila, this is your daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
She's 4.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Young used to be your boyfriend.
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you, Mr. Young?
19.
19.
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
22.
He's not your boyfriend anymore?
No, ma'am.
Good. According to your complaint, you went into the grocery store and left Mr. Young in the car with your daughter,
Yes,
just the
ma'am.
two of them. And while you were in the grocery store, the windshield of your car got broken.
Yes, ma'am.
And it was done by people inside the car.
Yes, that's what I heard
Just
at
a
first.
second. Just a second.
Okay.
By people inside the car, which was either Mr. Young or your daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
You want Mr. Young to pay for the windshield.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Young says he's not going to pay for the windshield because your daughter broke the windshield.
Or she helped.
Or she helped. So, Mr. Young, I have a few questions for you. Were you the passenger in this car?
Yes, ma'am.
And Miss Avila stopped at the grocery store to run in for a minute?
Yes, ma'am.
And she asked you to watch, what's this little girl's name?
Jackie.
She asked you to watch Jackie while she ran in to get what in the grocery store?
Just a couple.
What was she going to get?
Chuck.
Cash a check. I was getting
Oh,
my
cash a
pay.
check.
Yeah.
Smart girl. Now, you want to tell me how the windshield got broken while she wasn't in the car and you were babysitting?
Jackie got out of the car and got on the hood. It was,
She got out of the car.
yes, ma'am.
Were you in the car?
Yes, ma'am.
She overpowered you?
No, ma'am.
I just want to try to understand that. She got out of the car. She overpowered you and got out of the car. And then what happened?
I let her get out of the car.
What?
I let her get out of the car.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. And get on the hood.
And she managed to get up on the hood by herself, or did you put her on the hood?
She got there by herself.
How did she do that? She's a little teeny girl.
She crawled up there.
She went on the front bumper first.
Yes, ma'am.
She got herself on the front bumper first, and then she crawled up on the hood of the car.
Yes, ma'am.
And where were you when she was doing this?
I was inside the car.
What were you doing inside the car?
Just waiting.
After she overpowered you and got out of the car and managed to get up on the bumper, crawl up the hood of the car, and she's on the windshield, and you were inside the car waiting.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Young, weren't you worried that something would happen to Jackie?
I was watching her. No, ma'am.
You were watching her
Yes.
crawl up on the hood of the car.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do for a living?
I'm in construction.
What do you do in construction?
Asphalt.
You don't have children, do you?
No, ma'am.
How much did the windshield cost to have fixed?
The first estimate I got was $316.
You still didn't tell me, Mr. Young, how the windshield got broken.
She was kicking it.
When she started kicking it, did you tell her to stop?
Yes, ma'am.
You were inside the car.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you yell outside the window?
No, ma'am. I hit the window back, trying to get her attention, tell her to stop.
So you hit the window to
Yes,
tell her to
ma'am.
stop.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that how the window broke?
Yes, ma'am.
Her kicking it and you punching it to tell her to stop?
Yes, ma'am. I wasn't punching it, I was tapping it.
Tapping it.
Yes, ma'am.
You still don't think this is your fault?
No, ma'am.
Hello? Hello? you don't let a 4-year-old outside of a car unattended, because I really don't believe that she overpowered you and got out of the car.
Yes.
And then if you see her jumping up on the bumper, according to you, and then crawling on the hood of the car to the windshield, a normal, semi-intelligent person would have hopped out of the car, and because they would have been afraid for the child's safety, Mr. Young.
Yes.
So now you're going to tell me, whose fault was this?
It's my fault for that now.
Yes! Yes! Just stop there. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $316. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. This is case number 261 on the calendar in the matter of Simpson versus Scaife. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Ms. Simpson, you were taking a family vacation to Jamaica.
That's correct.
And at the time of this vacation, this lovely young man was your daughter's boyfriend.
That's correct.
It is your claim that you agreed to advance him the money to go on this vacation with the agreement that he would, when the vacation was over, pay you back.
That's correct.
You did take him on the vacation, paid for him. He and your daughter have now parted company, and he has never paid you back.
That's correct.
And Mr. Scaife says that he had a wonderful time on vacation.
Right.
But he was your guest, right?
Right.
Who was this?
This is my roommate at the time. We were invited. Her daughter lived with us. He was a witness.
Did you go on the vacation too?
No, ma'am.
Just he went.
Yes, ma'am.
You didn't want to go to Jamaica?
I wanted to, but she wouldn't pay for me.
Oh, step up. Tell me your name.
Justin Runyon.
How old are you, Justin?
23.
And you were living with Kyle and...
Natalie.
Natalie.
She lived with us, actually.
So tell me, Justin, when was this trip?
I think it was like May of last year.
And Natalie told you about the trip?
Yes, ma'am. She came over to our house and was all excited and said that...
Look at me. No, look at me.
She told Kyle that he could go with them for free.
She did?
Yes, ma'am.
She said, oh, you can come with us and you can come for free.
Yes, ma'am.
And didn't you say, can't I go for free too?
I joked around about it, but...
Well, tell me how you joked around about it.
Well, Natalie...
Come on, tell me what you said. You remember exactly that she said, please, I want you to come to Jamaica. You can go for free. So if you remember that so clearly, I want you to tell me what it is that she said to you and what you said to her. Think carefully.
Natalie told Kyle that he could go for free, and Kyle's like, well, are you sure about that? And she's like, even if we break up, you don't ever have to pay my mom back.
Oh. Oh. It's like I'm watching Dumb and Dumber. Huh? Right? Don't you love it?
I'm just trying to figure out which one is Jim Carrey.
Yeah, so you're right. Me too. All right, Justin. Thank you very much. You've been most enlightening. You may sit down now.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel. It's incredible.
Wonderful. It's just wonderful. I don't even need a good night's sleep. Okay. Now, Kyle.
Yes, ma'am.
Last year, what were you doing to support yourself?
I was a bartender.
Were you working full-time?
Yes, ma'am.
So, get good tips? Nice-looking guy like you?
Sometimes tips were great. Sometimes we weren't so busy.
Well, you managed to support yourself, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Are you still working as a bartender?
No, ma'am.
What are you doing now?
I paint houses.
Got a girlfriend?
No, ma'am.
What happened with Natalie?
It just didn't work out.
She's a nice girl, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Come on, Natalie.
Thank you. Been wanting to play too.
You want to play too? No, I usually have all the fun. Natalie.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever tell Kyle in Justin's presence? Let's see if I can repeat that exactly. I want you to listen to me carefully, Justin, to make sure that I'm going to repeat it pretty much as you told me. That you wanted to take Kyle on a trip to Jamaica for free. He doesn't have to pay for anything. And even if you break up, he doesn't have to pay your mother back. That's what you told me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am, I did not.
Tell me about the trip to Jamaica, Natalie.
We had a great time.
Good.
Originally, my mother and myself and her best friend were scheduled to go on a trip. Kyle and I got a little serious, and he hinted around a lot. He would have liked to go. I didn't really mind that Kyle went. I mean, I was actually looking forward to him being there. I knew he did not have that kind of money, and neither did I, honestly. So when I ran it past Mom, I said, Mom, Kyle's kind of after me. He really kind of wants to go. You know, is there something we can do, whatever? And Mom said, can he borrow the money from his parents? Kyle said, no, that's not an option. Mom said, well, I can give him a loan. And at that time, we were expecting Kyle to get a settlement from an car accident that he had been in. And everything we did revolved around that settlement. Utility bills, cell phones, anything. He kept going back to that.
So he kept hoping to get this settlement check.
Yes, ma'am, he did. And in addition, when you asked him what happened with Natalie, you should ask him about his financial priorities and where his responsibilities are.
Well, why don't you tell me?
They're nowhere. They're video games, predominantly. Kyle was in between jobs most of the time. After his car accident, I actually paid his bills in he and Justin's home.
What kind of car accident were you in, Kyle?
I was rear-ended at a stoplight.
Were you the driver of the car?
Yes.
So you sued the car that hit you?
Just for medical bills and everything like that.
Kyle, did you sue through an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
An attorney doesn't sue just for medical bills, Kyle. Attorney sues for pain and suffering, for your injuries, and to reimburse the company that paid your medical bills, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever get a settlement?
It's in litigation.
Look at me!
It's in litigation right now.
So you haven't gotten the settlement yet?
No, ma'am.
So what you were doing is really you were counting your chickens before they were hatched?
No, ma'am.
Ah, okay. So what kind of an arrangement, Natalie, did you make with Kyle for the trip?
Originally, I said, my mother will pay for you to go on the trip. However, we need to pay her $50 to $100 a month until you receive that settlement, assuming that it was going to be within the duration of the relationship, which I quickly realized that that wasn't going to be the case.
All right, Kyle.
Yes, ma'am.
How much did you give Miss Simpson towards the trip?
Nothing. As far as I knew, it was a gift.
Shh. Listen to me. Just answer my question. How much did you give her?
I haven't given anything.
Well, see, that is confusing to me.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I have one of him climbing a palm tree.
Oh, let me
jumped
see.
on the banana boat.
Oh, I want to see. The insurance company that's handling his lawsuit with his lawyers that's been pending for ages is certainly going to want to see these pictures.
And later today,
she said you advertised for a
new, never been worn chicken suit.
New, never been worn chicken suit. This wasn't something you planned on wearing, I assume.
Michelle Simpson and her daughter, Natalie Ballard, say Natalie's ex-boyfriend, Kyle Scaife, owes for his share of a trip to Jamaica.
Now, what do you do for a living?
I'm an administrative assistant.
You have a household?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Who lives in your household?
Right now, myself and my youngest daughter.
And are you the sole support of yourself and your youngest daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
How much do you earn a year?
Approximately $38,000.
Okay. Now, how much were you making last year?
Under $20,000 a year.
So you made a little more than half of what the plaintiff made, is that right?
Probably.
Right. And you only had to support
myself and her daughter.
You were supporting her daughter?
Well, we were doing it
just
together.
a second. You were supporting her daughter?
We were doing it together, actually. It wasn't. I wasn't paying everything. We were both paying everything together.
So you were supporting
myself.
Right. Then why would you think that this lady who's running a household, taking care of a minor child, why do you think that she would decide to blow you to a $1,000 vacation?
I was actually shocked. You know, actually, I never asked.
I'm shocked, too. I want to tell you something, Kyle. It's shocking to me. Shocking. Because her daughter would have gone without you.
I'm sure she
would. In a flash.
Yes, ma'am.
In a flash, she would have gone without you for a week, gotten a nice tan, come back, shown you pictures, and said, I had a great old time.
Yes, ma'am. Probably.
You don't want to be a bum, do you, Kyle?
I wasn't. I never asked.
No, you don't. Listen to me. You don't want to be a bum, do you?
No, ma'am.
You don't want to take things that should really be better spent on a child.
Of course not.
For you to go on a vacation, do you?
Well, I was invited to go on a vacation, and it sounded like a good idea.
I don't believe that, sir.
Well, that's the way it happened.
I don't believe that, sir. I believe that she advanced the money, and I believe she gave you a lot of latitude to pay it off because, you know, you were expecting some windfall from some bogus accident that hasn't come through yet. And you, like any other 21-year-old, are living in a fantasy world that you're going to turn out to be a millionaire because somebody rear-ended you even though you're not injured. He's going to be sorry he came here. When you went on this trip to Jamaica, did you participate in water sports?
No, ma'am.
Did he participate
Yes,
in water
ma'am.
sports? Sure he did. Sure he did. Did you go swimming?
Yes, ma'am.
What other water sports did
I
he
have one of
participate
him
in?
climbing a palm tree.
Oh,
We
let me
jumped on the
see.
banana
Oh, I
boat.
want to see. The insurance company that's handling his lawsuit with his lawyers that's been pending for ages is certainly going to want to see these pictures, but I want to take a look at them first. Does this look like a healthy man to you?
Yeah, pretty healthy.
Oh, look at him climbing up the tree. Yes! Look at him climbing up that tree. Picking up his girlfriend. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, well, not only will you probably not get this money from your car accident and the substantial injuries that you alleged in your complaint, but you owe her $916. Judgment for the plaintiff. Step out.
Parties are excused. Women step out.
I think somebody finally taught him a lesson.
Regardless, win or lose, at least I'm glad this is over with.
I know Kyle better than anyone else, and no one can make him do anything he doesn't want to do but Judge Judy.
I'm just tired of messing with them. I'm sure they're tired of me. I just soon move on.
I did speak with Kyle several times.
Nothing was ever said about it until the relationship was over.
He did say that he would reimburse me the money once he got his settlement.
I'm sure they want the money, especially since the relationship didn't work out.
Oh, I'm thrilled. Justice has prevailed.
Cold-hearted people.
And I think we need to go back to Jamaica real soon.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Alarid versus Ayala. Step forward, please.
Small business owner David Alarid is suing teacher Sandra Ayala for the cost of a chicken suit he sold to her via eBay. Sandra says the suit was supposed to be brand new, but instead it was old and dirty.
Mr. Alarid, you advertised this chicken costume on eBay.
Yes, ma'am.
The defendant purchased it and then somehow paid for it with his PayPal or pen pal, I don't know, something, pal, that I don't quite understand. But the bottom line is she canceled the payment that she made to you and she kept the chicken suit. Okay, so $154 was the amount of the purchase plus shipping, and you want $2,650 for the price of the chicken suit plus your aggravation.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a lot of aggravation, Mr. Alarid. And Miss Ayala says she purchased this as a result of an ad that you placed on eBay, and she said you advertised for a
new, never been worn chicken suit.
New, never been worn chicken suit. She purchased it in good faith, she sent you the money in good faith, and she got this dirty, disgusting, worn chicken suit, which she doesn't want, right?
Correct.
And which she's not going to pay for. Now, when did you purchase it?
This was in May, early May.
And what did you purchase it for? This wasn't something you planned on wearing, I assume.
No. I'm a special education teacher, and just on a volunteer basis, sometimes I throw events for the special ed kids in my area. So I had a couple of picnics and concerts coming up in the early summer, and we have some children's music, and there's a song about a chicken in it, and I thought it would be great to have a little chicken mascot.
David Alarid says eBay customer Sandra Ayala owes for the cost of a chicken suit. Sandra claims David misrepresented the sale.
Do you have a copy of his ad that he ran on eBay?
I think he brought the original ad.
Can I see it, please? Okay, here we go. New, never worn, deluxe adult chicken mascot costume. And is this the way it came?
This is the way it came.
Can I see it, please, Bird?
Sure.
Come on, have a little bit of a sense of humor, babe.
And bring the feet with the shoe prints.
Name is Bird. I take it kind of personal.
We've known each other a long time. Listen, this has been worn, Mr. Alarid.
Yes, ma'am.
So, how come you sold something that had been worn to her as brand new, never worn?
Well, when it was shipped, it was brand new, never worn. It was sold 5 months ago.
Okay, let me see. I don't know. It doesn't look too awful. You bought it in May what?
I think the date was May 8th. It was May 8th.
Excuse me a minute.
Who gets it?
Let's keep it right here for a minute. Well, I haven't finished doing the case yet.
Okay.
May 8th. And when did you receive it?
Just about a week after that.
When did you notify them that you didn't want to pay for it?
Well, that's not, I did pay for it. I paid for it right away. PayPal is a...
So you paid for it right away, paid for it on May 8th.
Exactly.
Okay, then you got it about a week later, say May 15th.
Mm-hmm.
And you realized that it was
worn.
It was worn. So what did you do?
I contacted eBay by email. That's the only way. And I contacted PayPal, and I said, what do you do in a situation like this?
Okay. Do you have any emails to support that?
I do have emails. I have emails between he and I, but the
No.
the PayPal...
I want to see...
This is the record of PayPal.
Let me see. Is this the first time you had bought something on eBay?
Yeah, it was my first time bidding on something on eBay, and so since I wasn't sure how to go about it, I had to call PayPal and said, what do you do when you receive a fraudulent item, when something comes worn and dirty and you didn't pay for that? And they said, oh, this man has actually refunded your money. I said, why? And they said, well, we can't be sure why, but you'll be getting the money in a day back to your account. And then he sent the email that said, PayPal accidentally sent you that money. You have to send it back to me. So I contacted PayPal again, and they say, we don't do refunds at all. It's seller initiated, and there are no accidents.
Now, when did you correspond with Mr. Alarid about the suit?
The day that the money came back into my account.
Was that also in May?
Yes.
So practically immediately?
Exactly.
Is all that correct, Mr. Alarid?
No, ma'am.
Okay. When did she contact you and let you know about the condition of the suit?
June the 14th, after I'd sent several emails, finally, out of desperation, eBay and PayPal advised me to file a complaint with the FBI Internet Fraud Division, at which point I sent an email saying, look, I'm filing a complaint with FBI Internet Fraud Division.
That was on June 14th?
Yes, ma'am.
How many of these chicken suits have you sold, Mr. Alarid?
On eBay or altogether?
Altogether.
Probably about 50.
50?
Yes, ma'am.
How many on eBay?
Probably about a dozen.
Where do you get them from?
Out of New York.
How much do you pay for them?
I pay $49.99, I believe it is.
So you pay $50 for them?
Yes, ma'am.
She doesn't like her suit, so you either want the money or the suit back.
Well, it goes a little bit beyond that at this point.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She wants to give it back to you.
I asked for it back several times.
Yes?
And her emails, which I have right here, I have a copy for you.
Yes, I'd like to see them.
Okay. Here's the emails right here.
Well, she told you right away, sir. She said, I don't know what clerk you checked with about the condition of the suit, but that suit arrived in an old bag, in an old box, and the suit was full of leaves and debris, and the rubber parts were stained with marks on the beak, head, and shoe prints on the feet. They're still there. She told you that right away.
That was June the 14th.
So, she wants to give you the suit back.
I asked for it back.
Now you got it. Listen to me, Mr. Alarid. Are you in business?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever had complaints filed with regard to these chicken suits before?
Never.
So you paid for 50 chicken suits, which you paid $50 each for, equals $2,500. That's what you paid for the chicken suits. You sold 49 chicken suits times 124?
Yes, ma'am.
Equals $6,776. That's a fair profit. You made almost $4,000, and you've never had a complaint.
Correct.
Consider this the cost of doing business.
Oh, it's not a problem.
Perfect. Give him his chicken suit.
Okay.
Perfect. Now you have your chicken suit and your profit of almost $4,000. I would walk away a happy man, Mr. Alarid. Thank you very much. This case is over.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
In the matter of Hughes versus Farrar, parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
Miss Hughes, you were a tenant in an apartment complex that was managed by the defendant.
Correct.
And it is your claim that he assaulted you.
Yes.
Mr. Farrar says that you was served with an eviction notice, and you, in fact, assaulted him and one of his employees. He is counterclaiming. How long had you been living in this complex?
I lived in that complex for approximately 2 years and about 4 months.
And who did you live with?
A roommate of mine.
When did Mr. Farrar come to work at the complex?
December 19th of 2003. And the incident with Mr. Farrar and me happened on January 23rd of 2004.
So describe the incident, please.
I was walking out of my apartment on January 23rd, and Mr. Farrar, I noticed that a balled up piece of paper hit me in the back. I turned around, and I seen him along with one of his witnesses over there.
Which one?
Mrs. Farrar. Now, they said they're separated.
Who was Mrs. Farrar?
That's the first one there.
Okay.
Okay, and I turned around and I said, did you throw that paper at me? You're so childish. And he followed me into the underground parking lot, antagonizing me, just taunting me, saying a lot of different things to me. I can't wait till you get out of here. You know, he started to say, I have a recorder in my pocket. I'm going to try to get you arrested, you know. So I kind of rushed and got in my car. I was very afraid of this man. I couldn't even leave anywhere. I was so distraught. I went back into my house once I knew they were out of the underground parking lot.
So you were sitting in your car, and then you decided not to go out anymore, and you went back up to your apartment.
Yes, to go tell my roommate what happened.
Go ahead.
I went to go walk my dog. A lady out of the office came out and said, are you supposed to be walking your dog up front? What are you doing up here? And 5 minutes later, out of nowhere, this gentleman came and placed me into this chokehold.
You mean he just came out of nowhere?
He came out of nowhere. I did not see him coming. That's the whole thing about it. I didn't have an opportunity to even touch him with my pinky if I wanted to.
Okay, so he came up from behind you.
He came up from, yes, from the
came up from behind you and placed you in a chokehold.
Yes.
And what happened next?
Ma'am, he had me so tight. I was in and out of consciousness. I remember being slammed onto the floor. I remember that woman right there, Mrs. Farrar, kicking my keys, kicking my shoes because my shoes fell off, and he's screaming penal codes, telling her to go call the police. She needs to get arrested for this or that and the other. And
what kind of documentation do you have, Miss Hughes?
I have the pictures with my assault bruises that I had. I have my. I went to the emergency room, and I have.
I'd like to see everything that you have.
Okay.
Gotcha. Now, you are not still living at the complex, is that right? When did you move?
3 days after that incident on 123.
Had you been previously served with an eviction notice?
Yes.
When?
November, the beginning of November.
November of 2003.
Yes.
Prior to him beginning employment there, you were served with an eviction notice for what?
Payment due.
You had not paid rent?
Correct.
How long had you not paid rent?
It was 2 months, actually.
Any reason why you didn't pay rent?
Well, my roommate could not come up with her half. Her mother just died. She was going through a lot of financial problems, and I could not fork her half of the rent.
So you didn't pay anything?
No, they would not accept any partial payments, ma'am.
Well, you could have paid if in October you didn't pay your half. In November, you could have paid your half of November and your half of October. That would have been a whole month.
Yeah, that's true.
So you decided if your roommate couldn't pay anything, you weren't going to pay anything either. Is that right?
Basically.
Basically. Okay. All right, Mr. Farrar, let me hear your version of these events, sir.
Well, she's right. We did go down into the garage, and I was with Norma.
Who's Norma?
Norma's my former wife and now an employee. We were married 20 years ago. And I already had an altercation with her about a week before that.
What kind of an altercation?
About 8 policemen were coming out of her apartment, and I went over to the apartment to find out what had happened. And she lit a cigarette. She said, "It's none of your business," and threw it in my face. And then her roommate pulled her back in and shut the door.
Don't speak. Don't
pulled
speak.
her back in and shut the door. So I checked with some of the fellows in the police department to find out what had been going on in that apartment, and I found out that there was a numerous calls there, something like 41 calls in 2 years.
You have the log of those calls?
I do. I have
What were the calls for, Miss Hughes?
Oh, I'd like to see him myself, ma'am. I'd like to see him myself the day that he's talking about.
No, I'm
the day
not
the police
talking
did
about.
come. My 8-year-old daughter called the police
Listen
by
to me,
accident.
Miss Hughes.
But I like a log of the 41 calls.
I didn't ask you about the day. I said I'm just asking you whether...
One of them involved weapons.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Who wouldn't know the truth if it came up and bit you in the behind? You're not going to take advantage of the judicial system by seeking redress in the court for something that your bad behavior started.
And later today...
What is it that you did to your son when you found out that he stole this phone?
I whipped him.
Did you ever steal anything before?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Car.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Andrea Hughes claims she was assaulted by her former landlord, James Farrar. James says Andrea is looking for a free ride.
There are a lot of calls here to your apartment, madam.
You know, I personally have seen the police at my house twice.
Good. Okay, that's all. Would you please tell me what happened on January 23rd, 04, sir? You and your wife followed her down to the garage for any particular ex-wife, for any particular reason?
Yeah, I was going down there to look at some work being done on the elevators. We had the elevators remodeled. They were in bad shape. And her car was to the right. I was going to the left. She got in the car, and she opened the trunk, or she got to the trunk area, opened the trunk, and started throwing stuff out into the garage area. And then, of course, there was a lot of bad, blistering language going on at the time in reference to my previous marriage with Norma. She got in her car and peeled out, went out the gate. That's the last I saw of her. So I finished checking on the work, went back up to the office area.
Listen to me. I don't want you to say anything.
Wow.
I went back over to the other garage where the manager at that time, Stellar On, was were waiting for her to come. So Stellar pulls in, maybe 10 minutes after she left, not even that. So we left, went back to the office area, and there she was with the dog. And the dog was urinating on the planter at the time. She was smoking a cigarette and had the door open. That day, she had a TRO dropped by Stellar On.
Who's Stellar On?
She was the existing manager at the time.
So the existing manager of the building had a restraining order against Miss Hughes?
Yes.
May I see a copy of it, please?
I don't have it because they dropped it because she couldn't articulate.
They dropped it twice.
But I do have 2 restraining orders on tenants
They
at
dropped
the building.
it twice.
Yeah, I see them, please.
Sure. These are people she assaulted during her tenancy there. These are still enforced, by the way. 2 of my witnesses that couldn't make it today.
I have temporary restraining orders issued. You were the defendant, Miss Hughes. The protected persons are somebody by the name of Sean and Adam.
We had parking issues there in the underground parking.
Okay. Shh. I just asked you.
Yes, correct.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Farrar.
Anyways, I came back, and she was talking to Stellar at the time, at first, and Stellar told her to put her dog on a leash. And she said, with a cigarette, right at Stellar, I don't have to do any damn thing I don't want to do. And I'm going to leave out the profanity as best I can. But it would have blistered the doggone walls of this room. It's that bad. So I asked her, please leave the area, go to your apartment. We had mothers and children.
Whatever. You told her to get out. And I wouldn't.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I told her to
get
go
out.
back to her apartment and get out of there. So
go ahead.
3 or 4 times. Finally, she said she wasn't going to leave. And I placed her under citizen's arrest for 415 PC, which is disturbance of peace.
Okay.
I told Stellar to call the Torrance Police Department and have them roll.
And?
At that point, I'm standing here, she's standing there, the office corner is here, Norma's here, and Stellar's looking around the corner. She tried to step around me going towards the direction of the 2 managers. I did what I instinctively been trained to do. I stood in her way. And when I did, her body went into me.
They didn't train you to put a chokehold on someone,
Hughes,
sir, and take them to the ground.
Miss Hughes.
That's not what the police department trained you to do.
Do you see how quiet he was when you were speaking?
He's thinking of his lies very good.
Madam, you wouldn't know the truth if it came up and slapped you in the face. You got a bad temper, Miss Hughes. Everybody who has contact with you seems to have a problem with you, and you have no problem with anybody. You had no problem with the prior building managers. You have no problem with the tenants.
I know I had
never
never
had
had
any problem. And you had no problem paying your rent, and you had no problem living like a good tenant. You had no problem at all.
Me paying my rent doesn't have anything to do with me physically getting harmed, ma'am.
Oh, yes, it does, madam. Yes, it does. There's a certain entitlement that one thinks that one has when you believe that you can take property, take things that don't belong to you without payment, like a place to live, and say, sue me. Go ahead. It's going to take you 3-4 months to get me out of this apartment. Meanwhile, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to make a big, fat pain in the for myself, which is exactly what you did. Exactly. Because when you were telling me your side of the story, I was listening. I was perfectly prepared to listen to you and to say maybe this man overextended, maybe this man who was a former police officer or a peace officer got a little carried away with himself. But I was watching you testify, and you wouldn't know the truth if it came up and bit you in the behind. And I want to tell you something. You're not going to take advantage of the judicial system by seeking redress in the court for something that your bad behavior started. So your lawsuit's dismissed. Now, I'm going to get to your counterclaim. But for the fact that she filed this lawsuit, would you be here today?
No.
Good. So let's say goodbye to each other. She's no longer a tenant, is that right?
That's
Goodbye.
right.
Your case is dismissed and your counterclaim is withdrawn. Thank you very much.
That's so great in your life. You are so great. I was a very good tenant. He was the one that just came aboard. I had been there for 2.5 years. If I wasn't a good tenant, I wouldn't have been there that long.
She actually had most of the building in fear, and this is a 90-unit building.
There's no criminal charges against anyone that lived in that household. Rather, there was 100 of 911 phone calls.
She's being sentenced tomorrow morning for a felony, domestic violence, where she took a knife to her roommate.
That man assaulted me, and he knows he assaulted me. He knows he snuck up on me and assaulted me for no reason at all.
It's just a pity that a young woman her age can't control her rage and her anger, that tries to intimidate her way through life, and this is what she's been doing. And Judge Judy saw right through it.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Thomas versus Green. Step forward.
Account manager Lizette Thomas is suing her nephew's uncle, customer service rep Antonio Green Sr., for a $1,700 cell phone bill. Lizette says Antonio's son stole her nephew's phone and gave it to a girl.
Now I'd like these two young men to come and stand next to their respective parents, guardians. This is your nephew.
Correct.
And you gave him a cell phone.
Yes.
So that he could be in touch with you for emergencies.
Yes.
He lost it.
Correct.
And somehow Mr. Green's son found it. And according to you, Mr. Green's son gave it away.
Yes.
And whoever he gave it away to had a very big mouth. And you got a phone bill for how much?
$1,700.
$1,700. So you want Mr. Green to be responsible for that?
Yes.
Mr. Green says, I didn't use the cell phone. My son didn't use the cell phone. Why should he be responsible?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
When did your aunt give you the cell phone?
Late July.
And why did she give you the cell phone?
For emergencies.
How long did you have it?
About a month.
Until late August?
Yes.
And what happened to it?
I gave it to my coach. We went to a game, and I asked him to hold it, and I left it with him, and we all left.
So what did you do?
I called him and asked him, did he have it? He said yes. I asked him, could he hold it for me? He said yes.
When did you go and get it from him?
I didn't.
Oh, why not?
Because I thought if I told my parents, they're going to think I was irresponsible.
That doesn't make sense, what you just said to me. Could you get there by bus?
Yes.
So why didn't you run right over and get it?
I wasn't thinking that time.
Right. You weren't thinking. Now, what's your first name?
Antonio.
Antonio, how did you get this phone?
I found it in the coach bag, and I gave it to this girl trying to impress her.
Just, okay. Don't go through. We have to do this slowly because I have to get things step by step. You found it in the coach's bag when?
Around late August, around the 28th, during the 1st of September.
When you say you found it in the coach's bag, what were you doing in the coach's bag?
Just going in it, sneaking around.
So you stole the phone out of the bag.
Right.
And what did you do with it when you stole the phone out of the bag?
I gave it to this girl. At that time, it was my girlfriend.
And what did you say to her?
I gave her the phone, told her she could use it.
So, Mr. Green.
Yes, ma'am.
See, this is something he didn't put in his answer, that he stole the phone.
Well, yes, I knew that he retrieved the phone.
Not retrieved.
Well, stole the phone around November when I got the call from Miss Thomas.
Stole it.
Right.
So what is it that you did to your son when you found out that he stole this phone?
Can I say on air?
Yes.
I whooped him.
How old are you, Antonio?
16.
You go to school?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you do in school?
Good.
Did you ever steal anything before?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Cars.
How many?
2 of them.
And when you went to court, did your father go with you?
Yes, ma'am.
How many children do you have, Mr. Thomas?
2, ma'am.
How old are they?
He's 16 and my daughter's 15.
She give you any trouble?
No.
So what are you doing about Mr. Trouble?
Well, right now he's in rehabilitation programs in the city, doing counseling session, peer mentoring programs appointed by the court, urine drops and things like that.
He had a drug problem?
Yes, they said he did.
If they said he did, he probably did.
Of course, he denied that, but they said he did.
Well, he's right out here telling me everything that he did. That's a good thing, because he probably knows that I know anyway.
Right.
right?
Right.
So you better get pretty busy because you owe this lady $1,700.
Yes, ma'am.
You stole the phone, you gave it to somebody, and you lied to them and said, I got you this phone, you can use it. They used it, as you told them to. I mean, the fact that you couldn't get your behind out of your room to get on a bus and go pick up the phone doesn't make you a prince. Do you understand that?
Yes.
But, I mean, it's your stupidity, but he did it on purpose. He stole it. And then he gave it away, and he said, I bought your present, use it. And you shouldn't have to suffer for that. Mr. Green shouldn't have to suffer for that either. What Mr. Green has to do is he has to harness this boy and send him out there to collect cans, 5 cents a piece, if that's all he can do. Because somehow you got to impress upon him that when he does something wrong, the whole world can't suffer. He's got to suffer.
Right.
You have to suffer. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,700. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Video on the calendar in the matter of Otterstetter versus Burke. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
He used to be your boyfriend.
Correct.
And well over a year ago, you claim a loan to him to bail him out of jail and for an attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
After he didn't pay you back for the loan, you decided to move into an apartment with him and signed a lease. You were there for several months. According to you, he assaulted you.
Yes, ma'am.
He was put out of the house. Don't laugh.
I didn't assault her. She assaulted me.
Don't laugh. Anyway, he was put out of the house, and you want him to pay his half of the rent for the entire lease.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Burke says that you put a restraining order on him. He was not permitted to go back to the house, so he's not going to pay for an apartment that he can't live in. And with regard to the bail was a gift because you wanted him out of jail. And the attorney's fees, he really paid for because you deposited all his money into a joint checking account, and he gave you his salary and put it in a joint checking account. So
Not joint, just hers.
Hers. You gave her money from your job?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When did you sign this lease?
Which one?
The one that we are talking about, where you were evicted.
Okay.
And don't be glib with
It
me.
was in,
I don't like it.
September.
September of what
End
year?
of October 2004.
When did you move in?
It was like October 25th, maybe sooner, like a week earlier.
When did you move in?
I have the lease right here, Your Honor. It's dated 8/26/04.
When were you put out of the apartment?
October 19th.
Did you pay September's rent, your half?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct?
No, ma'am, it's not.
How did you pay September's rent?
I put all my checks into her account.
So how long?
February all the way up to about September, the end of September.
Yeah.
I also finished
Just a
the
second.
job.
Your Honor, that's a complete lie, and I brought all my bank account statements with me. So if he has dollar amounts and dates, we can look on my bank statements and see if there were checks deposited.
deposits.
Well,
It would be
you
around the 15th and the 1st of every month.
How much did you give him?
Amounts.
Shh, don't speak to him.
Amounts.
I'm
Well,
gonna
look
give
on
you
the
1,
15th and the 1st.
2, and then I'm going to say goodbye to both of you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
How much did you give her on the 1st and the 15th, sir, when you got a check?
About $400 on the 1st, and then be another $400 on the 15th.
Let me see your bank statement. What's this U.S. Treasury?
I am an employee of the government.
National Guard.
Bed Bath & Beyond payroll.
I was also employed there.
Who did you work for, sir?
Ray Hall Construction. It would be Payroll Plus that the checks are from.
I don't see any of that so far.
They should be in there.
Well, I don't see any.
Not there.
I don't see any
it's
in
not
here.
there because you didn't deposit money in my account.
I did.
Opti Brand?
I worked for them as well, Your Honor. I had 3 jobs.
I mean, I have a whole lot of deposits here, sir, but nothing.
And any of them unknown?
No.
Just
No. $30, $40, nothing. No $400, sir.
any big amounts in June?
Now we're going all the way to June. You said since February. I mean, I'm
well,
looking.
yeah, go back to June and see if there's any big amounts, about $1,000.
No, sir, I see a couple of small deposits. Listen to me. $40 or $80.
Well, it's kind of funny because she got a $1,600 check that disappeared now.
Nothing in June.
There's no $1,600
There should be because
Mr.
our
Burke,
old landlord
Mr.
paid
Burke,
us.
Mr. Burke, I'm talking about your money. And
I know,
we're
and my
talking
money
about,
got
and
put
all
into
we're
her
talking
account.
about is September. First, we're talking about September. You said you paid it.
September, yes, ma'am.
But how am I supposed to prove if I ain't got no papers because they're still at my house where I can't go back to?
I don't know, sir.
Yeah, that's not true either.
That is true.
How much is his share of the rent?
It would be $297.50 per month.
And he paid September.
No, ma'am, he did not.
He paid August.
No, ma'am, he
did
not.
not pay it all since you moved in.
No, ma'am, not
Is
a
that
dime.
right?
He did pay. I will give him this. He did pay his half of the deposit, which was $250. That's all he paid.
Are you still living there?
Yes, ma'am, I am. I couldn't get out of the lease.
Okay, this is what I've done. He was there until October 19th. He should have paid both September and October's rent. And from that, I have deducted the $250 deposit, because the deposit you're going to get back yourself when he leaves. And
Actually, ma'am, I'm probably not going to get that deposit back with all the holes that he put in our walls.
Well,
and I have pictures to prove the holes that he put in our walls. So no, I'm not going to get that money back.
Well, I don't know that. I don't know that, and I suggest that you get a little putty and putty up the walls. So that's $345. You do not get the full amount of the lease.
I'm held responsible for the lease. Why is he not?
No, both of you are.
So why does he not have to pay his half? It's not my fault. He thought it was okay to throw me around.
You said it was okay for me to
and
move
I got a
out.
restraining order. That's not my fault. Why am I being held responsible for this and he's not?
Kristen, listen to me very carefully. Right now, what he owes you for are September and October's rent. Should the landlord not let you out of your lease and decide to sue you, both of you, then you have a cause of action against him for your damages. But to give you that money now is premature, because A, it's possible that you can get a roommate to cover some of the months.
And I have
B, it's possible that the landlord will let you out of the lease. But right now, if I awarded you the money for the lease, what I'm saying is you can live there alone. You've put him out. There was a restraining order. He was told not to come back to the house. Nobody told him to be involved in bad behavior. But you had some clue before that he had a problem.
And there's nothing I could do.
Yes, you didn't have to sign an 11-month lease with him.
And he didn't get violent until after we signed that lease.
If you're 22 years old, and when you're 21 years old, you have to front him $500 for bail money, and for a lawyer, you exercise better judgment and you don't enter into a lease with somebody like that. That's what you do. Now tell me about this case that you had where you needed to be bailed out of jail, sir.
We had been dating for like a month and a half, and then I had gotten a DUI.
How many DUIs have you had? Look at my eyes.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Kiss up to God and say thank you for opening my eyes to the fact that this man is a loser.
I'm a loser, huh?
Big time loser.
And later today,
me and Mariel dated for a while.
I'm not your therapist, and this is not Montel. Take your hands off your hips, sir. Only attitude here is mine.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kristen Otterstetter says ex-boyfriend Jarrett Burke owes for bail, attorney fees, and rent. Kristen says Jarrett was arrested for a DUI.
Go ahead.
I've been pulled over for 3, but I got 1. She paid the $500 to get me out. She won.
You got pulled over, and when you got pulled over, you were taken to the precinct.
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you do when you got to the precinct?
I had contacted Kristen. I had contacted my sister.
You called her?
I had contacted my sister to let them know that I was in jail.
And what did Kristen say to you?
Kristen said she wanted to help me out.
And what did you say?
I said she could, but I was going to get out anyways.
And you were working at the time in construction?
No, ma'am.
What were you doing?
I had just got laid off. I was working at a car dealership.
Why didn't you give her back the $500
I gave
bail?
her money because the terms that we had was that I just lived with her. I had a place to live with my brother, but the terms was if she got me out, she wanted me to live with her.
You must be some prize.
I guess.
Must be one of those hidden things that you don't see. You know, like a frog. Maybe somebody kisses you, turn into a prince, but I don't see it, quite frankly, with my naked eye. So you're telling me that she said, this lady who works 3 jobs, said, I'm going to pay you the $500, and all I want in return is I want you to come and live with me.
Yes, ma'am. Why'd I move in with her then? When I had a place I could go to.
Everybody has a place, sir.
Yes, everybody does have a place, but why'd I have to move in with her?
Maybe she's a good cook.
Maybe.
Kristen,
Yes, ma'am.
You're 22 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to figuratively lean over and kiss the ground and kiss up to God and say, thank you, thank you, thank you for opening my eyes before I did anything stupid like having a child with him.
Yes, ma'am.
Like marrying him, like buying a house with him. Thank you for opening my eyes to the fact that this man is a loser.
I'm a loser, huh?
He is.
And
Big
I'm the one
time.
who got hit by a car.
Big time. Loser.
You
Who owes
think
her
I'm
300,
thinking
who owes her
a goody-goody?
$345. Close your mouth.
Well, she's the one who hit me by a car.
Close your mouth. $345 for the rent, $500 for the bail. How much for the lawyer?
$1,000, Your Honor.
Show me $1,000 for the lawyer.
It's a check that I wrote.
What happened with his DUI case?
And that's the reason that I did have to stay, is because I will admit I was stupid, and I signed his bail, and therefore I had to keep track of him. Otherwise, the courts would have come after me for $5,000.
Don't tell me that that's the reason, Kristen, because I don't believe it. Not for a second. Are you telling me you let him move in with you so that you could keep track of him?
No.
Were you keeping track of him at night, too?
No.
Huh?
I offered him a place to stay because he said he could stay with his little brother, but his little brother kicked him out.
Kristen, listen to me very carefully, sweetheart. I don't even think your mother's buying that. For some strange reason, I hope you just had a lapse in judgment.
Yes, I did.
You seem like a hard-working girl who's got everything in order. I'm very impressed with what you've done with your life so far as your work history is concerned. Don't pick on losers. You're a terrific gal. Pick on a winner.
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment for the plaintiff for the bail, $500, $1,000 for the lawyer, and $345 for his rent. 2 months. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I just figured, if somebody could help give him a fresh start, he may be able to change his life, and obviously he can't.
She had beaten me up and hit me with a truck, and I got in trouble for arguing with her, and that's why I got arrested.
He just got really angry, threw me around, threw a knife across the room, wouldn't let me out of the house.
I attacked myself with a knife.
I was trying to go out with my friends that night.
She had an abortion, and I just kind of thought my life, was done. I couldn't stand it. I lost everything I wanted.
Like she said, I need to stay away from guys like him.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Meyer versus Magana, step forward, please.
20-year-old administrative assistant Mariel Meyer is suing her ex-boyfriend, 24-year-old construction worker Luis Magana, for unpaid credit card charges. Luis says Mariel gave him the card to use as he pleased.
Ms. Meyer, I assume this is your twin sister over here that you brought to court.
Yeah.
And I assume you brought her so that she could tell me what a lousy character Mr. Magana?
Magana.
Mr. Magana is. Because she used to date him.
Yeah.
When she got finished with him because she found out that he was a person of, according to her, poor character, you decided not to believe her and you started to date him.
Yep.
In addition to starting to date him, you got a credit card and decided it would be nice to give him another card. And he's supposed to pay whatever he spent on that card. And he took the card and spent some money, paid you some for the bill, and then you broke up and you claim he still owes you some money. And Mr. Magana says, what?
Me and Mariel.
First, I want you to stand up on your own 2 feet.
All right. Me and Mariel dated for a while.
Listen to me. I'm not your therapist. And this is not Montel. So I don't care about you dating. I already said you were dating. Take your hands off your hips, sir. Only attitude here is mine.
I feel I don't owe her that money because, first of all, I never asked for her to give me a card. She gave me the card.
Okay, so that's the first thing. You never asked her for the card.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Let's have it all at one time because I'm really interested in all of your defenses. I want to hear them all. First, you never asked her for the card, but she gave it to you anyway.
No, I did not.
Next.
She said that she got the card because she wanted to build up her credit and that I could make some charges on it.
So she gave it to you so that you could make charges on it so she could build up her credit.
Yeah, making payments back on the credit card and whatnot.
And that you were going to make payments on it.
Yeah. The agreement that we made was that I was going to give her some money. This was after the fact that we had broken up and she discontinued the card for me. It was never an agreement that I was going to pay whatever things were charged on there.
Can I say something?
No.
These things were charged.
He's doing miserably enough on his own. Why don't you just let him finish?
These are things that were charged when we'd go out partying, clubbing, and whatnot. Things that were charged so I wouldn't look like a cheapskate or whatever when we'd go out with friends and whatnot.
So you wouldn't look like a freeloader.
I guess you can say that.
Why didn't you pay cash?
Just saw it easier to pay with the card.
Well, she could have used her card. I mean, you each had a card, right?
That's correct.
Why did you use yours?
Like I said, when we were with our friends, I mean, being the guy, it looks better. The guy paying for things, so I just whip out the card that I had and put the charges on
Well,
there.
so what you're telling me, sir, is that you really were committing a fraud. You were saying to the other people that you were with, listen, I'm the guy, and I'm taking care of the meal or the club, but in actuality, what you were thinking was, I'm not going to pay for this. Is that what I'm understanding? I'm trying to understand you, Mr. Magana. Because the first reason that you gave me that you're not responsible is because you never asked for the card.
Correct.
Okay. And so let me respond to that first. If you didn't ask for it, and if you didn't want it, what could you have said, Mr. Magana?
I could have said no, but...
That's right. You could have said no. I don't need the credit card. I don't want a credit card. I like to pay in...
cash.
Because if I don't have the...
money.
I don't want to spend...
the money.
Right. Look how smart he is. And we've never met. He can finish my sentences. Second thing that you said to me was when you would go out together because you didn't want to look like a freeloader, and it's because in your mind and in your friend's mind, it's the man's responsibility to pay for the entertainment, right?
Correct.
You whipped out the card instead of paying cash because you wanted to feel good.
That's right.
There's a price for that. You want to feel good, you got to do the right thing. You understand, Mr. Magana?
I understand.
There are no
now.
free rides here, sir. If you want to look like a freeloader, she'll take out her own card. Then you'll look like a deadbeat freeloader in front of your friends. You want to look like a big shot? Pay the tab. You got it. How much does he owe you?
$486.50.
That's what you owe her. Did she tell you that that's what you owed?
Yes, she did.
And what did you tell her?
Well, I didn't feel I owed the money.
Now you recognize that you do. Is that right, sir?
Well, I didn't feel I owed the money because...
No, I understand that that's the way you used to feel. I'm sort of hoping that after you and I have explored each other a little bit, sir, you've come to terms with the fact that you do owe her the money.
Not necessarily. When she gave me the card, I took that as her giving me a gift. And I don't feel gifts are...
Are you trying to tell me I've just wasted my breath on you for the last 10 minutes, Mr. Magana?
No.
So that you understand that you owe her the money.
All right, correct.
$486.50, judgment.
All right, case number 97 on the calendar in the matter of Haney versus Parson. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Haney, the defendant, according to you, was a friend of yours. You allowed her to move into your home on a couple of occasions with her children when she was in some financial distress. You claim now that she owes you for a variety of things, some old loan, rent, utilities.
Correct.
Ms. Parsons says there was never an agreement for her to pay you anything. You are angry over two things. You are angry that she rejected your advances. She was not interested in you in a social way, and that bothered you. And second, you are angry because she reported you to the authorities for abusing one of her children. How long do you know her?
I've known her for about 7 years. We dated. A girl I was dating at one time lived in the same neighborhood that she did, same apartment complex. Me and the other girl broke up. Her and I talked. We went our separate ways. We didn't see each other for about 5 years. And one night at a nightclub, run into her. Then we started talking, and next thing you know, we were dating.
And when was that, sir?
And say roughly in the neighborhood about February a year ago.
So why don't you tell me about first the loans and then the arrangement with regard to rent and utilities?
She was calling several times, telling me that she had made a mistake, that she felt that she left me to go with this other guy that dumped her in Ohio.
Are you going to tell me about the loan?
Yes. That's where we're going to.
Let's get there.
She called me up needing money. Her kids needed school supplies for school.
When was this, sir?
Last year, before school. Her and her boyfriend agreed they would pay it back as soon as they can.
So how much did you give them at that
I
time?
gave them $100.
And then tell me about the rest of your lawsuit involving the rent and utilities.
Well, she left with him, went to Ohio. He threw her out. She came back to Charleston.
When?
February 15th. She asked me could she move back in. I said, okay. Are we talking boyfriend, girlfriend, or you want in a room? She said, well, what's the difference? I said, well, I'm not going to charge my girlfriend to live with me, you know? That's kind of stupid. And she said, oh, I see. If I sleep with you, then I don't have to pay. I said, no, it's not like that either. You know, if you're in a relationship, you know, you were helping before. There's no sense in, you know, I'm paying all this and you just lay around and do nothing. And she said, no, I just want the rooms. I said, fine. I rented the U-Haul to go get her stuff from Myrtle Beach, gas. Every time I turn around, she would, can I borrow $20 for this? Can I borrow $10 for that? I need cigarettes. I need gas. I want to rent a movie. There was no sexual advances to her in any way.
When did she move out, sir?
April the 29th, I evicted her.
Why?
Because she wasn't paying me any money.
Did you have a discussion with her?
Yes.
Tell me about the discussion you had with her.
She simply said she didn't have the money. I said, Tanya, you got a job. I helped you get a job.
Well, what kind of work did you get for her, sir?
She was a cashier.
Where?
At Speedway, well, Conoco, whatever they call it now, and they changed the name.
Did you know how much she was making?
About $100 a week.
And how much of the $100 a week did you expect her to give you, Mr. Haney?
I told her, even if it was $5 a week.
You wanted to see something, $5
right.
a week.
Make an effort.
Okay, so you wanted her to give you $5 a week.
Correct.
Okay, for the 12 weeks that she was living there.
Correct.
Okay, fine.
Now.
And she didn't, so then you threw her out.
No. She had $1,000 coming to her for back child support. She kept telling me, as soon as that gets here, I will pay you up, get you caught up.
Get you caught up with what?
What she owed me.
Well, what did she owe you?
The loans.
So there's only one loan of $100 that was a year before, sir. That's all the loans that I'm hearing
Correct.
about.
But the dollar here, 20.
Tally, I'm not, listen, my parents didn't send me to law school and college and post-law school for 10 years to talk about the dollar here and the $2 there. That's gone. It's in the wind. Do you understand? What
Here's
else?
a list of every time she borrowed money from me. I wrote it down.
Listen.
She knew it.
Listen to me. You think that I believe that list that you just filled out? Do you think, Mr. Haney, that I believe that every time you gave her $5, you went over to a book and filled out $5, Tanya, for cigarettes? You think that I believe that? You think that my father raised an idiot?
No.
Good. Then let us move on, sir. Let us move on, sir.
Okay. I went and had an eviction notice signed on her.
And you say it's because she did not...
Owes me rent.
Rent. Because she did not pay you rent.
Did not pay me rent.
Okay, now...
Didn't pay me for fixing her car.
Okay.
Buying the shoes.
All right, Miss Parson, now I would like you to tell me, madam, I want you to tell me about what happened on the 29th of April or immediately preceding the 29th of April.
When he got me this job at Sunoco gas station, he agreed that he volunteered to watch my children for me while I was at work because I worked third shift. And my son is 6 years old. He has a bedwetting problem. He called me one morning at work and asked me to bring home a small brown bag to mail off cigarettes to somebody, and in the same conversation told me that he had spanked my son for bedwetting. He had done it 3 times in that night, and he spanked him twice out of the 3 times.
Is that the corporal punishment that you're talking about, the spanking?
He also put him in a tub filled with cold water.
Why do you think that that's an appropriate thing to do, sir?
For one, he didn't wet the bed 1 time that night. Yeah. He did it 3 times.
Do you think that he did it on purpose, sir?
I don't know. Just like I told him...
Just a second. If you don't know why he wet the bed, that means that you don't know whether he suffered from some sort of a psychiatric disability or a physical disability. You had no idea.
No, but at the same time, the first time he wet the bed, nothing was done. Because he got up in the middle of the night, changed his own clothes, got back in bed, and urinated again.
What
When
does
I
that
woke
tell
up-
you, Mr. Genius? What does that tell you, Mr. Genius? Did that tell you that the 6-year-old was maybe perhaps embarrassed?
Well, you know,
Well, what?
We have gone, him and I have talked about it. Logan, what's wrong? You know, is there something wrong? No, I'm just lazy. Because he has
I
her.
want to ask you a question. Did you get your degree in psychology from an accredited
No.
university?
No, I did not.
Did you take any parenting classes before you decided that this was an appropriate way to treat a 6-year-old bedwetter?
No.
Do you have any children of your own?
Oh, yeah.
How many?
I have two.
How many did you raise?
My daughter comes with me every weekend.
How many did you raise?
None.
Mr. Haney, it is inappropriate for you to physically discipline anyone else's children in the first place. In the second place, until you understand what all the problems might be with a child that causes them to bedwet, the very idea that you would resort to physical punishment suggests to me that you're missing one of the cans of a 6-pack. Do you understand me, sir?
Oh, yeah.
Now, did you report this to any authority?
The cops were called out. I called the cops out to the house. And
when?
Probably about a week or so later.
Why?
Because of the disagreement me and him were having.
Disagreement about what?
He was threatening to kick me out.
Let me explain something to you, Miss Parson. I believe you probably understand that Mr. Haney had some feeling for you. Correct? Right?
Before I moved in, it was understood.
That's not what I asked you. You're a young, attractive girl, and he's an older fool. And I believe that you needed him. You used him.
No,
Of course you did. You used him.
I did not use him.
Of course you did.
Everything was on the table before I even moved in.
But he wasn't using you. He let you move into his house. You weren't paying rent. He was babysitting for your children. How do you say that I wasn't using him? You were. You were using him, and you were using him because, Miss Parson, you understood that he had feelings for you. That's why it was very important to you to have your agreement with him before you moved in that this is strictly platonic.
No, Your Honor.
Oh, Miss Parson. Oh, yes, my dear.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
You stayed on the property.
Yes, ma'am.
Alone.
Yes, ma'am.
The gentleman sitting next to her over there was the one that was moving in.
He
That's
never
my
lived there,
second
Your
cousin,
Honor.
Your Honor.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dwayne Haney says his ex-girlfriend Tanya Parson owes for rent and a loan. Tanya says Dwayne threw her 6-year-old son into a cold bath after he wet the bed.
Listen, you chose him because he's better than a shelter. Give you a room, he's going to babysit for your kids, you got food, you got everything that you need, and the reason he did it was because he had feelings for you. Isn't that right, Mr. Haney? Look at my face.
Yes.
Isn't that right, sir?
Oh, yeah.
Now, when you met her 5 years ago, were you attracted to her?
Yeah.
And at that time, you were 39 and she was 20.
Correct.
Is that right?
That's about right.
That's not a good match, Mr. Haney.
I understand that, but...
So you know what happens when an old guy wants to go out with a young girl? Costs some money.
Well...
And in your case, you know how much it cost you? $160. It's a bargain. It's a cheap lesson, Mr. Haney. Truth of the matter is, you were looking for something more. Mr. Haney, look here, sir. You were looking for something more. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. That doesn't let you come to court like a crybaby and say, now I want all the money for cigarettes and gas I gave her over the 3 months that she lived with me, and this $100 I gave her for school supplies a year ago, because I guarantee you this, Mr. Haney. Had Miss Parson decided to come across and move into your room, you would have forgiven the $100 loan and all the $5 cigarettes and gas. But the fact that she rejected you, and the fact that she ultimately decided, well, I'm going to even make it a little bit more difficult for him. He spanked my kid, and he shouldn't have done that, which, by the way, you shouldn't have done. That doesn't make a lawsuit. That makes a bad relationship. So, Mr. Haney, this relationship didn't cost you a fortune, sir. It cost you a couple $100 and a good lesson. Find somebody age appropriate. Your lawsuit's dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It wasn't what the way the judge put it out to be, that I just wanted to sleep with the girl. No, I didn't.
It was agreed upon when I moved in there that it was going to be strictly platonic.
I felt sorry for her because of her kids. I gave her a place to stay. She agreed to pay me the $200 a month.
Once I got in there and he was asking me where was I going, who was I with, why was I with this person, why was I doing what I was doing, and I told him that that was none of his business, it continued to go downhill.
The judge ruled, that's it, end the case.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Collins versus Collins. Step forward, please.
Store manager Angela Collins is suing her ex-husband, construction worker Jack Collins, for his share of foreclosure fees. Jack says it was Angela's fault the trailer was repossessed.
Miss Collins, this is your former husband.
Yes, ma'am.
You claim that he owes you $750 because you were forced to pay certain assessments on a home that you jointly owned before the divorce.
Yes, ma'am.
And that you were forced to settle with the whatever company recently. You had no knowledge prior to the divorce that this was going to be a problem, and you feel as if it's only fair for him to pay his fair share.
Yes, ma'am.
And he says it was your house, deal with it. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
When were you married?
In 98.
1998. And when were you divorced?
2002.
And when did you separate?
Probably about 2000.
Who lived in the home?
Me and him, and our 2 children.
How old are your children?
They're 11 and 12.
See from the papers that the children don't live with either one of you, is that right?
You're right. They live with my mother.
Why?
She adopted them.
Why?
Because she couldn't handle them. She didn't want me to have them, and she didn't want them, so that's why she...
Stop tapping.
...tried to sign. She wanted to sign adoption, wanted me, pretty much forced me into signing adoption papers over to her mother for financial reasons, you know, and it just didn't make no sense. She didn't want me to have custody of children, but she didn't want custody of children, and they didn't want me to see them. I still don't see my children.
Then that's what happens when you sign away your legal rights to the children. Okay, so you separated in 98, and you stayed in the property.
Yeah.
Is that right?
From February to May.
Alone?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
The gentleman sitting next to her over there was the one that was moving in.
He
That's
never
my
lived there,
second
Your
cousin,
Honor.
Your Honor.
When I started seeing him and his mama kept coming there and they wouldn't leave, and that's the reason I ended up moving out. We was just dating, Your Honor.
You say he was in and out of jail for burglary and drug use. I stayed in our manufactured home that was on his parents' property and continued on my life with a new spouse.
No, we was not married. We're still not married. We was just seeing each other, and he never lived there.
Did he stay there?
No, ma'am.
Did he come to visit?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he stay over occasionally?
Yes, ma'am.
Of course he did. All right. So, did you pay the mortgage during the whole time you were living there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what happened in May?
Him and his mother kept coming over, and they kept kicking in the front door, and then he got real, he got upset because I was seeing him, and they kept showing their butt, and he tried to run me off the road, and they kept kicking in the front door, so I just moved out.
Why didn't you take the trailer with you?
I didn't have nowhere to take it to.
So you just left it?
Yeah.
When he left, did he say to you, this is your problem, this is your trailer?
No, actually, he said him and his father was going to move into the trailer and keep the trailer.
But what happened to the trailer? It got repossessed?
It got repossessed with half my stuff in it, Your Honor.
Did you pay them this $1,500?
Yes, ma'am.
Let
Here's
me
the
see.
receipt right here.
Okay. I'll hear you, Mr. Collins. Why shouldn't you be charged for half of this?
Your Honor, I told her whenever I left there, I had went and bought another car. I loaded all my stuff up in a small car. And I told her, I said, as long as you have my children, you can stay on this property as long as you want. And I'll help you pay the note on the trailer as long as my kids are living there. But whenever he moves in, y'all all need to move out. You understand what I mean? I'm not going to sit there and support him and her. So when she decided that I wasn't going to be that dummy and support him and her, then she just left.
How old are you?
30.
You're a big boy. If you buy something from a bank and you take out a mortgage, what you do when you divorce is you make sure that when you get a divorce, all the loose ends are wrapped up. They moved out. They left the trailer on your mother's property. What happened to it?
The repossessors, they were supposed to pay us storage fee for even having the trailer.
What happened happened to the trailer?
They come repossessed it.
When?
I don't even know.
I don't know.
I moved.
I don't know. I don't know what my name is after this case. Listen to me. You owe her half the money. I mean, certainly when they've written off $10,000 worth of mortgage fees, neither one of you are going to get star credit ratings, but at least you're not going to have judgments against you, and at least under these circumstances, you're not going to have your income tax return if you have any refund taken, or they're not going to come and detach your driver's license. They can't take your children because you've already given them away. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $750. That's all.
Parties are excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat, please.
Mrs. Ricker, this lady is your husband's, I assume this is your husband?
Yes.
Your husband's former wife?
Yes.
And it is your claim that she has been harassing you, that
Yes.
she's filed false charges against you,
Absolutely.
seeking a temporary restraining order, and you are seeking damages.
Absolutely.
The former Mrs. Ricker says that everything that she said in her application for a restraining order is true. She is counterclaiming for harassment and for vandalism that she alleges you did to her car. So, how long were you married to Mr. Ricker?
12 years.
You have children?
We have 3 children.
How old are they?
14, 12, and 7.
When were you divorced?
Our paperwork went through in 2005, but I left in 2002.
And when did you marry?
2 years ago, March 29th.
Do you have children?
No, we do not.
On what date was this restraining order filed?
I believe it was the 20th
Of?
of March. The alleged incident was on the 17th, which would have been St. Patrick's Day.
Okay, I'm going to start with you. Tell me your first name.
Sally.
So that we can differentiate between the Mrs. Rickers. You're Sally. Tell me what happened on March 17th.
On March 17th, I was at an establishment near where I work. My car was parked.
What
in the parking lot.
establishment were you near where you worked?
I was at a nail salon called Tammy's Salon.
Okay.
And I'm looking out the window. I happen to look out and I see both Tyler and Angela drive up, and I'm
What
shocked. It was about 2:30. I saw Tyler get out of the car, and then I saw Angela get out of the passenger side door. And together, they hurriedly sort of walked into my place of employment.
What is the name of your place of employment?
I work at Trader Joe's. I happen to be off this day.
So you were off on March 17th?
I was.
How far is your place of employment from where you live?
4 miles across town.
Did you have an appointment for your nails?
No.
What was the name of the person who did your nails?
You know, I'm sorry, I don't know. She's an Asian woman, and I don't know her name.
Does she usually do your nails?
No, I walk in.
So you don't go to any particular person?
Not at that place, no.
Is there any reason why you went to that place on that day, despite the fact that you weren't working that day?
I had some time to myself. As I'm sole parenting my 3 children, I don't get a lot of time away.
Yeah, but this place is cross town. Why would you go across town unless you have a particular nail lady who does your nails and
Well,
had an
it's
appointment rather
inexpensive.
than walking into some place that's closer and not cross town?
Well, it's inexpensive. I had a few hours to go do my nails and get some groceries and go home.
Where were you getting your groceries?
At Trader Joe's?
Did you actually go into Trader Joe's?
No, I decided not to go in.
Go ahead, Sally.
So?
Go ahead. I'm listening. So they went into Trader Joe's, and you were having your nails done by a person whose name you don't know, and you just happened to be looking out the window. Let me hear the rest.
Yes, so they continued to walk in, and they asked for me while they were in the store. And
How do you know
this
that?
Because I had a conversation with my son. I called my son after I saw them.
Just a second. You called your son where?
I called my son from my cell phone.
And where was he?
He was at his grandmother's house. And I asked them if he had heard from his dad that day, because we haven't heard or seen from Tyler in 9 months. And so I called my son to see if he had heard from his dad this day, to find out why he would be in town. And he said, yes, he was there with Angela, and they were looking for you at the store.
What's your son's name?
My son's name is Aaron.
How old is he?
He's 14.
Stand up, sir. Did you call your son that day, Mr. Richter?
I did.
Where did you reach him?
I
On his
reached
cell
him
phone?
Yes, on his cell phone. He was at my parents' house.
At your parents' house?
Yes.
And did you ask him where his mother was?
I asked if his mother was at work.
Why?
Because I had part of his birthday present to give to him.
Which part?
A credit card that had come in the mail after his birthday.
Did you see him that day?
No, I did not.
Why not?
Because he was at my parents' house.
Are you not allowed to be there?
It's not a comfortable place for me to be, but I'm allowed to be there.
Well, if you wanted to give him a credit card, why did you ask where his mother was?
I was going to give it to her if she was there.
So did you end up giving him his birthday present?
I did not.
Why not?
I was told she was not there.
Did you go into Trader Vic's?
Trader Joe's?
Trader
yes.
Joe's?
Yes, I did go into Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's, Trader. What?
Had a cup of coffee, and my wife and I did a little bit of shopping.
On the 17th of March, how long had it been since you'd seen your son?
I had seen him on his birthday, which was 1 month prior to that.
Where did you see him?
I saw him in Pleasanton at his mother's house.
Spent some time with him?
Yeah.
Why did you say he hadn't seen the children for 9 months?
Prior to that, Tyler had left Angela.
Listen to me. You told me that he hadn't seen the children for 9 months. He
Right.
said he saw his son in February, a month before. Well, which is true.
He did not come to our house.
I didn't care whether he came to your house or not. I don't care whether he saw the children at McDonald's. Did he see his son in February?
He did not see his son on his birthday.
I asked you a question. Did he see his son in February?
He did not see his son on his birthday.
Did he see his son in February of 2007?
He did not see his son on February 15th.
I didn't ask you about February 15th. I said, did he see his son in February?
No, he did not see his son in February.
I don't believe you.
He saw his son on March 28th when he left his wife Angela and came into town for a few days.
Are you on medication?
No, I am not.
There is no question in my mind that he saw his son in February, a month before the March incident. So when I asked you the question 4 times, you gave me an evasive answer. 4 times. Now I'm asking you one more time. It's very easy for me to find out. All I have to do is call Aaron. Did he see Aaron in February, anywhere, at any time during the month of February of 2007?
I'm telling you that I don't. He did not see his son in February. I would have known that because we were together. If he saw his son, it could have been at school. He sees
Where
his
did you
son at
see
school
him in
sometimes.
February?
I saw him the weekend before his birthday. I had a hotel room in Pleasanton at Extended Stay Hotels. His mother dropped them off there, all 3
All
of my
3
children.
children?
Yes, they
At
stayed
the
with me for the
hotel?
entire weekend, including Monday, which was a holiday. Then I saw them later at her house in February.
Of
And I
2007.
was there on his birthday.
February 2007.
Yes.
Let's go,
That
Sally.
is not true.
Let's
That is not true.
just a
When he-
second. You want me to call Aaron? Very simple to find out. He has a cell phone.
Yes, he does.
You want to change your mind before I call him on his cell phone? Do you want to change your mind before I call him on his cell phone? I hate to get him involved in this, but I'm prepared to do it because it's very important to me.
It's important to me to be able to speak as well. So
I asked
do
you a
want-
question. Did he see his children in February of 2007? And I'm
Yes.
going to be able to
Yes.
find that out either through you or through Aaron, who I will reach
Yes.
on his cell phone.
On February 27th, yes. In February, Tyler saw Aaron.
Fine.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You say Angela goes on and off her medication for schizophrenia.
She knows nothing about schizophrenia.
You ever been diagnosed as schizophrenic?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Angela Ricker claims her husband's ex-wife, Sally Ricker, falsely accused her of vandalizing her car. Sally is countersuing for car damage and lost wages.
Okay, now you're going to tell me that you saw Angela vandalize your car.
Yes, I did.
Is that you're going to continue? Let's go.
So on the way back out to the car, I was watching Angela as she had circled my car, and she started by standing and waiting for me, and then I saw her come around all 4 circles of my car with sort of a dragging movement with her arms swiping. And when I saw her out there, I had no idea what she could have been doing to my car. I knew that she may have been...
Don't tell me what you thought. I don't care what you thought.
Okay.
You have pictures of your car and you have a police report.
I do.
I'd like to see it, please.
These are the 2 that printed out. And then this is the police report. It spans all 4 doors of my car. Unfortunately, there are only 2 pictures that showed up.
Did you scratch our car?
No, I did not.
Tell me what happened when you left Trader Joe's.
We got into the car and we went home. We were going to my grandmother's. When I go from San Leandro to Stockton, where my family is, We usually stop at that Trader Joe's. It's right off the highway. It's very convenient for me. After all of this happened, it ruined my trip and I went home. I was devastated. I was very angry.
What do you mean after all of this happened? What
Well,
happened?
she told Erin on the phone that I had done this to her car, you know, involved a 14-year-old in this. It just really, it hit. And then when I got accused of this and a police report was put out, brought into court.
Can I see the underlying paperwork, please,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
went along with her application for a restraining order?
Yes, ma'am. Since we've established that, most of that is fallacious. It's false.
That
She
is not
knows
true.
nothing about bipolarity nor schizophrenia.
Okay. And in your application for an order of protection, which is, I assume, written in your own hand, you say Angela came to my place of work unannounced, and she later called my son and verbally abused him. Did you speak to Aaron later?
I did speak to Aaron.
Tell me what happened when you spoke to him.
I spoke to him and I asked him why he was saying those things to
Saying
his
what
father.
things?
That I had vandalized the car, that I'd gone into her work looking for her, harassing, stalking, using those words. Aaron and I have never had any problems. I haven't seen the children in almost a year because of this behavior. I've refused to allow them in my home when I'm there.
Why?
Because of her. She debriefs them every time they go home. It's a drama from Friday to Sunday. Phone calls. It's just never a drop-off pickup. It's always something. And I couldn't handle it. Our marriage has been in jeopardy for almost 2 years because of this.
In your application for a restraining order,
Yes.
you say Angela is explosive
Yes.
and goes on and off her medication for schizophrenia and bipolar illness.
That's according to my ex-husband.
Did you ever tell her that?
Absolutely not.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
When did he tell you that she was bipolar and schizophrenic?
When he left her in February, it was February 27th, he left because they were having a domestic dispute.
Okay, so he left and in February.
In February, yes.
Go ahead.
I know I won't live that one down. I'm sorry.
You won't?
I know. I'm sorry. So, anyway, his brother brought him into town. He didn't have any money. He didn't have a job. Nothing. Brought him into town. He said he wanted to see the kids. And from that point, he had not seen the kids for 9 months. Okay?
So why would you tell me that he didn't see the children in February when he did?
Well, no, because I'm sorry, I'm really nervous today. I'm very, very sorry.
That's nervous is not an answer, madam.
was
You told me a very cogent story about everything that you allegedly saw with regard to this lady, how she stalked your car, how she bent down, how she had sweeping motions. But when I asked you a question a half a dozen times, you refused to give me an honest answer about when your husband last saw his children.
He wasn't at my house on February 15th, which was
I
Aaron's
didn't
birthday.
ask you anything about February 15th. I didn't even know when Aaron's birthday was.
Okay.
I asked you February. You said 9 months. He said February. Wasn't until I was planning to call Aaron and find out whether he had seen his father in February that you finally said he saw him in February. Do you understand that that gives me cause to pause?
Yes.
Well, it does. Do you take medication?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been diagnosed as schizophrenic?
No, ma'am.
Bipolar?
No, ma'am. Your Honor, it was not February 27th that we separated. It was the beginning of the month. He was in Point Reyes. He decided to stay there with a friend at a bed and breakfast to do some work on the home. He was at her house. He called me from her house.
I understand
Yeah.
that. Have your children spent time with the plaintiff in her home?
Yes, they have.
And they've come home in one piece?
Basically.
Not for a year.
Shh. Others to be protected. Absolutely. Angela has no discretion when she is angry. My children should never be anywhere near this person.
They have a history of domestic violence.
Was there a history of domestic violence with you?
I left.
That's just a second. That's either a yes or a no.
Yes.
So there was a history of domestic violence with you.
With my husband.
So I got it. And you allowed that situation to go on more than once?
Yes.
You allowed your children to remain in a situation where there was domestic violence?
I left that.
You let it go
situation.
on for a long time? Do you understand, Mrs. Richter? Do you have a full-time job?
I do.
How long have you been working for the same place?
This job I have currently is 4 months.
Do you have a significant other or a husband?
No, I do not.
Are you working? Take your hands out of your pockets.
Not right now, no.
Why not? Is not an answer.
I had a job up until April 1st working on airplanes. I was let go from that job.
Up until April 1st, were you paying child support?
I was.
How much?
$411 a month was taken from my checks.
How long had you been paying the $411?
Only for a month at that point, and then there was a large gap between that point and the last time I held a job.
Well, Mr. Richter, that's unacceptable, sir.
I understand that.
Very unacceptable. No, not
I'm
unacceptable.
injured, Your Honor. I'm injured.
Very unacceptable, sir.
I do understand that. I was injured at my last job,
Yeah.
and the injury prevented me from working.
What was the last job?
The last job was working for Vortex Doors,
Yeah.
and
What year?
from June to August of 2006.
Well, that's a couple of months, sir.
I understand that. I was injured. I had a severe back injury.
So that you were out of work for 2 months.
I was out of work until I got a job in March of 2007.
Who supports you?
Workman's Comp was supposed to be, but the company that hired me is fighting all of that, and so Workman's Comp did not pay my payments. That's currently
So you've been
in
separated.
litigation.
You've been separated from your former wife since 2002.
Since 2002,
Since 2002, until you were injured. Just listen to me carefully. Until you were injured in June of 2006, were you regularly paying child support?
I was. I regularly paid child support when I had a job.
That's not my question. Don't play with me.
Oh, I'm
you
not
two
playing
people
with you, Your
deserve
Honor.
each other. You two people deserve each other. Not when you were working. How old are you?
I'm 40.
You have 3 children.
I understand
There is
that.
no question that you have to be employed regularly. And I don't care whether you work at McDonald's or if you don't have another job, if you work at a car wash, drying cars, if you can't do something else. You have 3 children. No wonder she's furious with you. You work?
Yes, I do.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a registered nurse.
So you earn a reasonable living?
Yes, I do.
So you support the family?
Yes, I do.
Right. No wonder she's furious with you. Collect cans if you have to, but you send money. And if she's angry with you, unfortunately, she took it out on the wrong person. Because I don't believe you, madam, that you saw her vandalize your car. I don't believe you. The case was dismissed, was it not?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, did anybody else ask you the questions that I asked you about the name of this person who did your nails, why you traveled cross town to get your nails done? Was the person who tried this case?
No, he did not.
He did not.
No.
Because he doesn't understand that you don't travel cross town to just walk into a nail salon. You can walk into a nail salon anywhere. You don't have to travel 4 miles cross town to do that. A lot of baloney. I don't believe you. I believe that you're angry with him. And I believe that you're angry with her because she's an enabler, because she's working. He's not, at least on the books anywhere, and he's not paying support. I got that you're angry. But you can't do this. This is nonsense. And I don't believe you.
Well, I saw it happen.
No, it didn't. I think that you probably even scratched your own car. But I don't believe that she scratched your car. I don't believe that this professional woman scratched your car.
I wouldn't have done that to
No
my car.
way. No way. And when you lie to me once, I don't believe you again. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. Start working, sir. That's what you're supposed to do. The counterclaim's dismissed.
Matter of Sanchez versus Sanchez. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
It's a cast of thousands.
So I see.
Mr. Sanchez, are these defendants related to you?
They're not.
Even though you have the same last name, they're not related to you.
They're not related.
What's your first name, Mr. Sanchez?
Frank M. Sanchez.
Do you mind if I call you Frank to differentiate between you and the Sanchezes?
That's fine.
Good.
Thank you.
According to your complaint, Frank, you were going to drop off your girlfriend's child to her ex-husband's house.
Yes, ma'am.
Her ex-husband lives at the Sanchez's house. They rent him a room. What?
He does not live with us. He live with my daughter, which lives behind me in the next block.
He lives with their daughter, who lives at the next block. Whatever. You were going to their house to drop off your girlfriend's child so that the father could either visit with the child or babysit. I don't know. And I don't care the reason why. And it is your claim that when you went to their house, you were assaulted by them.
Correct.
You were assaulted with a weed whacker.
That's right.
Which is a metal thing that's used to kill weeds.
Correct.
Mr. and Mrs. Sanchez say that you provoked this whole incident, and in addition, they seem to think that at some time previous to that or after that, you broke the windows in their truck. But they don't have any proof of that, according to what I read in their countersuit. They just think that you did that because you had a motive to do it and somebody matching your description was seen leaving the scene. You don't have much of a case on your counterclaim, Mr. Sanchez. I tell you that right now, because you need more proof than that. But let's talk about this assault. What day did it happen?
October 19.
And what were you doing that day?
Okay, my girlfriend called...
Girlfriend, raise hand.
Girlfriend Margarita called Guillermo
which at the time...
Guillermo, raise your hand. You're the father. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
You're the father with either the right or left hand. You can't confuse me. You're still the
Okay.
father. Okay. Put your hand down now. Go ahead.
Yeah, call Guillermo, and he asked Margarita, my girlfriend, if she can take little Guillermo Jr. to Rosa Sanchez's home because Guillermo was there at the time. And the reason we took the baby is because every other weekend he gets the kids. So we took him October 19, approximately 9 in the morning. My son and myself were in the car. Margarita got off the car and walked the baby about halfway Rosa Sanchez's yard. Started walking back to the car.
Well, where'd you leave the baby?
With the Guillermo received the child.
Who's Guillermo?
Guillermo Loza.
Did you get your child?
Yeah.
So you took possession of your child?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we got that far.
At the time that Margarita was walking towards the car, Rosa Sanchez came running towards Margarita and started yelling, "I'm not responsible. I'm not going to be responsible for those kids." So Margarita was getting ready to get the car. At that time, Rosa Sanchez came over to the other side, started yelling and telling me, accusing me of breaking saw window. I turned off the car, opened up the door. I was in between the door and the car, one hand on the rail of the window, 1 foot in the car and 1 foot out of the car, standing in this position. When suddenly her husband, Jesus Sanchez, just out of nowhere comes, moves Rosa out of the way, and hits me with the weed whacker, knocks me down almost unconscious. I was in the ground. He was still hitting me while I was in the ground. Then Guillermo Loza came over. Now there was two against me.
This Guillermo
Loza, yes, ma'am.
Where'd you put the baby when you went over to him?
Inside in the house?
Stand up a second. Stand up. So you put the baby inside the house, and then you went outside to see what was going on?
Yeah.
And when you got outside, what did you see?
I see Frank argued with Rosa, and Jesus Sanchez defended Rosa.
How did he defend her? With the weed whacker?
Yeah.
So he hit him with the weed whacker?
Yeah, because I don't know who started.
You don't know who started it. All you saw is Mr. Sanchez hit him with the weed whacker.
Yeah.
Sit down. Were you hurt when you were hit with the weed whacker?
Yes, ma'am. I got pictures.
I'd like to see the pictures, please.
I was also...
Okay, now tell me your version of the events.
Okay, Frank called me on Friday night and told me that he was going to bring Guillermo's son so I could take care of him. And I told him that I would not watch him because I already had my 2 children and his 2 children. He said, "Where was Guillermo?" I said, "Guillermo was helping my husband clean the building that we clean, and that I was not going to watch him." And he says, "Look, whether you like it or not, you're going to watch this kid. I'm bringing him to you right now." I told him, "Don't come to my house because I'm not going to receive that child. I don't want no more children. I have no more responsibility of any more children." I left the house because at that point I had Margarita's 2 little girls with me. And when the little girl came out of the bedroom, when she heard me arguing with him on the phone, she came crying and she said, let's go, because he will come and he will do something to us because at home he has guns under the bed.
All right, go ahead. I'm not listening to what you say the child said to you.
Okay, so then we left and then we came back and then he came and he pounded at my door for several minutes and I did not open the door.
Did you go to her house that evening, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You did? Just answer my question. You went to her house that evening?
Yes, that was October 18, approximately 8:30.
Right, go ahead.
Okay, that night at 11:30 when they got home from cleaning the building that we clean, we heard noises on the side of the house and we went out and we seen a gentleman at the same frame as him and everything running away from our car.
All right, that's on what you base the fact that he broke your car windows. It's not enough proof, Mrs. Sanchez.
Well, the next day she calls and says that she's going to bring the child over, and I told him, tell her not to bring the child.
What's it your business?
It's not, baby. I didn't want the child at my house.
I don't care whether you want him or not. The only reason that she was calling you is because he was there. Listen to me carefully, madam. He has a responsibility to his 3 children, not to clean your husband's buildings, not to clean up your yard, not to clean up your house, not to clean up anything else of yours. On the weekends when he's supposed to be a father to his children, he's supposed to be a father to his children. And if you elect to have him clean rather than be a father to his children, then you can babysit for his children. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You get it?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Very good.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She brings the child over, and she just pushes the child into my yard and walks away.
No, that's a lie.
He pushed me, ma'am.
I don't believe you.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Frank Sanchez says, while dropping off his fiance's son, he was assaulted by Rosa and Jesus Sanchez. Frank claims Jesus hit him with a weed whacker.
His job is to see to it that the mother of his children, who has 3 children all the time, has a break Saturday and Sunday. Quiet. That's his job. And you're interfering with that, you and your husband, if you've got him doing work for you on the weekends when he's supposed to be taking care of his children. You understand? Just in case you think you're right, you're wrong. What you're supposed to say is, this has nothing to do with me. He's available to take care of his children. And you say to him, Guillermo, your former wife is coming over with your children. You better stop doing my yard work, stop cleaning out my basement, stop cleaning out my buildings, because your responsibility is to take care of your children now. Do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect. Go ahead.
So then he brings the child over, and she just pushes the child into my yard and walks away.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie, because Guillermo just told me she handed him the baby. He took the baby inside the house, and then he came outside the house. When I read the answer here, Mrs. Sanchez, what you say in your answer was outrageous. What you say in the answer is that he took the baby, dropped the baby off in the middle of the grass, and walked away. And you're following him saying, don't leave the baby there, I'm not taking care of him. Well, that's a lie. That's not what happened. What happened is the mother of the child handed the child to the father of the child, and you got involved. And the reason you 2 people got involved is because you thought that he had broken your truck windows the night before. And he may have done that. I'm not saying he didn't do it. You don't have proof, but that doesn't mean he didn't do it. Doesn't give you the right to hit him with a weed whacker, sir. Doesn't give you the right to hit him with a dangerous instrument and cause him the kind of injury that you did. You understand? And that you're responsible for. He may be a hothead. Are you living with him?
With Frank?
Yes.
Yes.
Stand up. Over here. I didn't call for you.
I need an interpreter.
I'm the interpreter. Okay. Good. You live with Frank?
Yes.
How many children do you have?
3.
How long have you lived with Frank?
Almost 2 years.
Who are you going to interpret for?
Oh, okay.
Good. Sit down. Does Frank support the children?
Yeah.
What about their father?
He don't pay child support. He don't help me in nothing.
Does he work for Mr. and Mrs. Sanchez?
I don't know.
Does he work for you?
No, he doesn't.
So he was just doing these things as a favor for you in your house?
Well, I watched his. That week, I had watched. My sister had watched his kids for him. He was just over at the house. He wasn't helping us do the yard, ma'am.
Listen
He was
to
just
me.
there.
No, that's not what you told me before. You told me he was working in the yard, and the day before he was cleaning out your husband's buildings, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm speaking to you, so you're going to
Yes,
answer
ma'am.
me. So, you mean he was just doing that as a favor for you, or do you
Yes.
pay him?
No, I do not pay him. He was just there. He was just helping my husband. It's an hour job, ma'am.
Mrs. Sanchez, I don't believe that you're not paying him. I believe that you pay him. Or I believe that you give him this in exchange for room and board when he's living with your daughter. I mean, the fact that you may not report the money that you give him is a whole other story. Mrs. Sanchez, do we understand each
Ma'am,
other?
I don't have a business. We work at a school, and he went to help my husband because I didn't go in that night.
Work at a school doing
Yes.
what?
Cleaning.
Good, so your husband gets paid for that?
Yes.
You mean to tell me that this young man goes to clean with him, your husband gets paid, but your husband doesn't share his pay with him?
It was just that one night, ma'am. He doesn't go with him all the time.
Mrs. Sanchez, we're playing with each other. Because if he's not working for you or with you or helping you and your husband, then he should be out helping clean other people's property so that he can pay child support. Do you understand what I'm saying, sir?
Yes.
I thought you might understand what I'm saying. You can't hit him, because what he's doing is he's supporting his 3 children.
He pushed me, ma'am.
I don't believe you. I don't believe that he pushed you. I believe maybe he shoved you. That doesn't warrant your husband hitting him with a dangerous instrument. And the reason it happened was because you were angry, because you thought he broke your windows the day before. That's what happened. It's easy. It's as clear as the day. You can't do that. And you have no right to interfere with his parental responsibility to take care of his children, because these people are entitled to a couple of days every other week without little children to take care of so that they can have a little bit of freedom, and he's got to take care of his kids, right?
Right.
Now he lives with your daughter.
He doesn't live with her anymore.
But he used to?
But as roommates, not as boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh, fine. That's even
She
better. They
rented
were
him a-
roommates.
Yes.
Well, what did he use to pay his share of the rent?
He works construction, ma'am.
He does.
Yes,
he
he
works construction. If he works construction, how come he's not paying child support?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I
Does
thought
he
he
work
was.
construction off the books or on the books?
On the books, ma'am.
Really? What's the name of the company he works for?
I don't know.
Stand up. What's the name of the company you work for?
Framing?
Framing?
No.
Now we need
Yes.
the interpreter. We're going to get you some child support, madam.
Thank you.
What's the name of the company? Because I'm going to call them. Make sure you give me the right information.
Framing.
Ma'am, every time he goes to different stories
He
like
goes
that.
to different sites.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's framing. You're framing houses, right?
Yes.
You
Yes.
get fake Shh. I'm way ahead of you, sir. How long have you been working for framing?
1 year.
April 15th passed this past year. You know what April 15th is?
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't understand.
Taxes.
Oh, taxes. I don't have. No agarro taxes.
I don't do taxes.
Everybody does taxes.
Todos hacen los impuestos.
I want to explain something to you, sir.
Señor, no se le quiere explicar algo a usted.
Construction pays very well.
La construcción paga muy bien.
And based upon what you just told me,
Lo que usted me acaba de decir.
you are one of the very, very lucky people that works in this country and doesn't pay any taxes. You also don't pay any child support. That is a very, very foolish thing. It's even more foolish when you decide to come as a witness in a case that's going to be seen by 10 million people.
Que personas lo van a ver más de 10 millones de personas.
We understand each other?
¿Lo estamos entendiendo?
Yes.
So if I were you, I would be very, very smart.
Yo sería muy inteligente.
And every single week I would take $200 in cash
Yo llevaría $200 en efectivo
and give it to the mother of your children.
y se lo daría a la madre de sus hijos.
En eso estamos de acuerdo la señora madre y yo, puesto que
The
yo
mother
le,
and I-
yo le ayudo a ella en efectivo.
Came to an agreement with that as I pay her cash.
How much do you give her in cash,
¿Cuánto le
sir?
da en efectivo, señor?
$250 cada 15 días.
$250 every 15 days.
When was the last time you gave her $250, sir?
Del mes pasado,
Last month,
para que pagara la renta.
What day last month?
so that she could pay the rent. ¿Qué día?
Yo, el 8,
The 8th.
The 8th of what month?
El 8 de
March or April?
Marzo, abril.
marzo.
March.
Well, now it's April
Ahora.
30th.
Estamos al 30 de abril.
So if you gave her money March
usted le dio
8th
dinero, ¿no?
and you give her $250 every 2 weeks, a lot of 2 weeks went by without you giving her any money, sir.
Sí, pero ella vivía en un apartamento con
Yes,
una
but-
señora.
She lived in an apartment with a lady,
Entonces ella se cambió a vivir con Frank Sánchez.
and then she moved in with Frank Sanchez.
What difference does that make for you payments of child support? What I'm suggesting to you, sir, it would be very, very beneficial for you, really beneficial, if every 2 weeks, like clockwork, she got in her hand $250. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Not playing around, not fooling around. Doesn't make any difference who she's living with. Your 3 children have to eat. They have to have clothes. They have to go to the doctor. They have to drink milk. They have to go out to eat at McDonald's every once in a while. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And your $125 a week for 3 children isn't doing it. So you have a responsibility. Just think of all the money you're saving in taxes. We understand each other?
Yes.
Sit down.
Thank you.
You injured him. You had no right to injure him, whether you like him or whether you don't like him, whether he's a nice man or whether he's not a nice man. You hurt him with the weed whacker. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
And it was not the right thing to do. You understand that?
Yes.
And you got to pay for that because he was injured. What your wife told me was a lie. What she wrote in the papers were a lie. Child was delivered to his father. He was leaving. Your wife decided to have an argument with him because she thought he broke windows. You intervened and hit him over the head with a dangerous instrument, and for that you got to pay. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. That's all. Counterclaim is dismissed. That's it. Goodbye. Good luck.
This is case number 579 on the calendar in the matter of Stefanella versus Ross. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Ms. Stefanella, Mr. Ross used to be your boyfriend. He's not your boyfriend anymore, and you say he owes you a lot of money for a lot of different things. I'm going to let you start with what you perceive to be the first amount of money he owes you for, and what was the nature of that indebtedness?
He tried to rewire the stereo system in my vehicle.
In your car?
Yes.
And when did he try to do that?
March of 2004.
A very long time ago. Were you living together at the time?
No, we were separated, but we were trying to work out our relationship.
Had you asked him to rewire the stereo system in your car?
No. I came out and I argued with him because I saw him doing it.
You just came over on your own volition and started to rewire her stereo?
No.
Well, what happened?
I never touched her stereo without her asking me to.
Well, tell me what you did to her stereo.
Something was wrong with the amp, and I plugged the power cord into the fuse box. And that's it.
What did you rewire?
The amp. The power cord for the amp.
The amp. I don't know what that is.
The amplifier
I'm
for
a
the
jurist.
subwoofer.
What?
The amplifier for the subwoofer. Something was wrong with it. I don't remember what it was.
Is that what he tried to do? Do something with your woofer?
The amplifier.
He tried to rewire the amp to make the amp work, and he plugged the power wire into the fuse box that's inside the car, and he said, "Trust me, I know what I'm doing."
And you said?
I argued with him, and I said, I don't. It was him, his brother, and another friend of theirs. He did it at his mom's house, and he did it without me knowing.
How'd your car get to his mom's house?
We drove down there. We were trying to rekindle our relationship at the time.
Miss Stefanella. And a month later, your car caught on fire?
Yes, and I had an appointment at Best Buy in the middle of April to get it rewired because I didn't trust what he did.
You didn't go there fast enough. That was March of '04. Anything more recent that he owes you for?
We had a year lease together that he never gave me any money for.
After he rewired your car imperfectly, according to you, that I'm not listening to, you entered into a lease with him?
We got back together.
Got back together again, without him paying for the car?
He had a job at the time.
Without him paying for the car?
Right.
You got back together again and signed up?
A year.
When?
It was May 1st of 2004.
And what was the amount of the rent on the apartment?
It was $525 a month, plus $525 security deposit.
So now what do you want from him?
I want him to pay for all the month's rent that he never did. He had a job, and he never gave me anything for it. He never paid me any rent. We argued constantly about it. I threatened to take him off the lease. He threatened me back and said, "Take me off the lease, watch what I'll do to you," which Mr. Cozy witnessed. He joked around with his friends about killing me.
Killing you, I have no jurisdiction over. The rent, I'm going to ask him about.
I have
Mr. Ross!
Receipts.
How old are you, sir?
24.
I want you to keep your voice up. You hear how loud I'm talking?
Yes, ma'am.
You can hear me, right?
Yes.
You don't want me to strain to hear you. If I strain, I get really nasty. If you think this is nasty, it's not.
I've seen you. I watch you.
What do you do for a living?
Now, nothing.
Well, how do you support yourself?
I do odds and ends, but I live with my mother, helping her out because she's terminally sick, and I raise my daughter.
You have a child?
Yes, ma'am.
Oi. How old is your child?
She'll be 5 in May.
Where's her mother?
Not quite sure.
Well, who takes care of your child?
I do.
Where was your child when you were living with Miss Stefanella?
From time to time, she was usually with me. Sometimes her mother got stupid and took her from me.
Who was paying the rent when you were living with Miss Stefanella?
She was most of the time.
Why didn't you pay your share of the rent?
Because a lot of the time I wasn't working, but...
Why weren't you working?
I was dumb. What else? I don't know.
Because he was doing drugs and having underage drinking parties.
Well, so he was doing drugs, Miss Stefanella. Now, I could have suggested to you, I'm speaking. I could have suggested to you that Mr. Ross was doing drugs, and I've only met him just a moment ago. He doesn't recognize it yet, but the drugs that he did up until age 24 have done a substantial job of frying his brain. You understand that, Mr. Ross, don't you?
Yes.
Well, that's pretty stupid, especially if you have a 5-year-old child and you are the better of the two parents.
I smoked marijuana, that was it. She's got it in her head that I was doing all types of other stuff.
Your Honor, I have police reports that state that he was, from the chief himself.
Mr. Ross?
Yes, ma'am.
Quite frankly, I am caring less and less about Miss Stifanella's claims of rent and other nonsense that you owe her. Because if she was smart, she would recognize that since she seems to be a relatively together person, that the happiest day of her life was when she got rid of you. So she should get down and kiss the ground and say, thank God I got rid of him before I had a child with him, before he cost me any more money. Worst thing that's happening is I'm living in an apartment, and if you're still living there, are you still living there?
No, I had to move out.
So you moved out?
Because I caught him doing cocaine.
Yeah. Listen, was he doing marijuana before that? According to you?
From time to time.
Well, from time to time he was doing marijuana, and he wasn't working, right?
He was working, but he wasn't giving me any money.
Well, what did you think he was doing with the
Your Honor, that is completely untrue.
What did you think he was doing with the money?
Drugs.
Drugs.
And buying beer for the underage people that he had drinking when I was at work.
Listen, Miss Stifanella, my dear, how old are you?
I'm 26.
You made a bad choice. Is this the first bad choice that you've made?
No.
So you're supposed to learn from your mistakes. You think that you could look at him through my eyes for a second? Take a look at him. Is this someone that you would want to have father your children?
No.
You got off scot-free.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
The police were called that day due to drugs being on the property.
When did the police arrive?
When I called them because I caught people doing cocaine up in the bedroom.
And later today,
He had a brain whatever and decided that you had to have a $5,000 dog.
I did not ask Miss Hooten to give me the loan. She offered.
That's a dumb thing to say.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Angela Stifanella claims ex-boyfriend David Ross owes for breaking a lease, the cost of a mattress, and for damaging her car when he tried to fix it.
What bills are you still getting that belong to Mr. Ross?
The electric bill from the old house. He had no money to get oil, so they had the stove on constantly. And I have an electric bill here. Him and his friends. He partied there constantly.
You mean when you moved out?
Yes.
After you moved out?
After I moved out, they partied there constantly.
How long did you live there, Mr. Ross?
2 or 3 weeks, maybe.
He got evicted.
What were you doing for the 3 weeks that you were living there? Or 4 weeks that you were living there?
She's pretty much correct. Partying, having fun.
Well, who's supposed to pay for all those bills that you racked
She
up?
told me she took the electricity out of her name.
Could I see it, please? When did you move out?
I moved out at the end of January.
Okay. Well, this is a balance as of February 8th, madam. We're talking about 1 week on the electric bill that he was living there by himself without you.
Yes, and I'm asking him to pay half, and he never did.
He owed you money for a year for your car, according to you, which I think is a lot of nonsense, right?
Yeah, I have it.
He never paid you. So instead of recognizing, instead of saying, guy's a deadbeat, he owes me for this, he said he was going to pay me, never did, instead of saying, I'm not going to put myself in a position of being in business with him, you sign a lease with him. You know he's doing drugs. Then you get yourself even more involved with him, and you don't even put him out right away.
I did. I threatened to have him taken off the lease, and that's when he threatened me back. I called the police, and they would not remove him from the residence because he was on the lease.
They can't remove him from the residence because his name's on the lease.
Exactly. So I had to leave because he said he wouldn't.
How many months did you live there free of charge, Mr. Ross?
I don't know, because I did work, and when I did work, I did give her money. I just didn't work constantly.
You punched a hole in the wall, according to her complaint. Did you do that?
Yeah.
Security deposit is $525?
Yeah.
How much did you get back?
None.
Nothing?
No, because there was dog feces everywhere from the puppy that he had gotten.
You got a dog?
I have that
Yeah, I have
stated
a
in the
dog,
police
and there
report.
was a dog everywhere.
I have
Just
that
a second,
in the
there
police
was a
report.
dog?
Yeah, I have a dog.
Why did you have a dog instead of a job?
I did have a
take care of
job.
the dog?
I had a job up until I moved down to my mother's.
No, he didn't, Your Honor.
Okay. Why'd you punch a hole in the wall, sir?
I don't remember exactly the reasons, but I imagine because I was mad about something.
Because, well, that you owe her for. That's $525. She didn't get her security deposit back, which you didn't pay for.
Okay, but the last time we talked about the security deposit, after we broken up and we were still talking decent, she came to me and she said that she asked me if I could pay her half of it, and I agreed to that.
So show me where you paid her half.
I didn't.
Now you're going to pay her the whole thing.
Okay.
Now, the last part of your complaint deals with a mattress.
Yes.
When you left the house, you left the mattress there. The mattress was yours. You claimed that you came back and the mattress was disgusting. He says you left the mattress there, so what do you care what it looked like? Did you come back for the mattress?
Yes. I came back 2 days after he was out. I was told not to go back to the house from the police because there were warrants on him, criminal warrants on him.
What happened to the mattress, sir?
The mattress, when she came and moved all her stuff out, she told me she didn't want it.
Did she remove any other furniture?
Yeah, everything, every other single solitary thing that was hers in that house that she wanted, she moved.
Did you move out of the furniture in the house?
I moved out other furniture, but not all of it, because I was told not to go back by the police.
When did you move out the other furniture?
On the 11th of February.
Who did you go there with?
My witness.
And what furniture did you take out?
Couches, my bedroom furniture, whatever we could fit in the van that he had.
And where was he?
Right there.
So there was no problem?
No.
Oh, I helped him move.
Perfect. If you wanted the mattress, you would have taken it.
I couldn't go back because the police were called that day due to drugs being on the property.
You mean in between the time you got your couches out and you wanted to go back for your mattress, you were advised by the police not to go back?
Yes. Shh. There was methamphetamines on the property.
When? Just a second. When did the police arrive?
When I called them because I caught people doing cocaine up in the bedroom.
Oh, so you called, after you finished removing your property, you called the police?
Yes.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of the security deposit, $525. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I wasn't no good for her. I told her that hundreds of times over the 2.5 years that we were together.
He just said he wasn't good enough for me. It was because he was messing around with a 15-year-old.
Yeah, it was drug use, smoked weed, did some coke.
He's a loser.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Hooten versus Sparks. Step forward.
22-year-old student Brooke Hooten is suing her former best friend, 23-year-old aviation technician Valerie Sparks, for a loan to buy an English bulldog. Valerie says Brooke's father repossessed the dog.
Miss Hooten, according to what I read, your friend, Miss Sparks, wanted a dog. Saw one that she liked, but it was a pricey dog. You bought it from a pet store?
That's correct.
And you agreed to finance the dog for her because she had lousy credit.
Correct.
All in all, it came to almost $5,000. It was an English bulldog. The dog itself cost how much?
$3,500.
They have great dogs at the pound if you can't afford to buy a dog. And then with all of the accoutrements, it came up to how much?
$5,104, I believe, with a 21% finance fee.
Miss Sparks was supposed to pay the bill.
Correct.
She didn't.
Right.
So you did?
I had written one letter to her and trying to agree to make some kind of agreement to make a payment, something like that.
Why didn't you make a payment, Miss Sparks?
She did make one payment of $250.
When was the dog purchased?
July 17th, 2004.
And when did you make the $250 payment?
October 31st, 2004.
When was the first payment due?
September sometime.
Why didn't you make the September payment?
I had contacted the plaintiff many times and asked her to call me and tell me how much and when that bill was due. She had never told me when that payment was due or even how much it was.
No.
Brooke Hooten says her former best friend, Valerie Sparks, owes for the cost of an English bulldog.
You took the dog back?
Yes.
When?
My father went and got the dog in late November of 2004.
So you didn't make November's payment?
No, ma'am.
Well, immediately prior to that, what was the conversation that you had with Miss Hooten?
Prior to that, I received a letter in the mail that gave me 4 options. It said first there was a promissory note that was attached with the letter.
Show me the letter.
I don't have it with me.
Well, where is it?
I do.
Can I see it, please? Where's your copy?
It's at my house. I could not find it.
Main one.
Stupid people. Stupid, impulsive people. So, Miss Hooten, I gather from this letter, you offered her, among other options, the option to have your father go down and retrieve the dog.
Correct.
And then you would sell it. That's what she opted to do.
Yes.
According to your complaint, you sold somebody the dog for $300.
Yes.
Well, that's not a good faith sale, Miss Hooten. The law ascribes to you that you will make a good faith sale so that you diminish her liability. You got it? Now, the dog is certainly at this point at least 5 months older. How old was the dog when you sold it?
3 or 4 months old.
How old was the dog when you got it?
The dog was already 2 months old when we sold it. When we bought it.
When you bought it. So the dog was now 6 months old.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, according to this letter that is in November of 2004, at that time you owed $4,000. What was the payoff on the loan?
My witness, my dad, would know. He was the one that took out the loan. And
why in the world would you do that, Mr. Hooten?
Well, between this situation, Your Honor, and also between another matter involving these two, my daughter's credit was down in the dooms. So to help her out and get things squared off, I did that for her.
You took over this loan?
Yes, ma'am.
How much was it when you took it over?
It was right at, it was $3,759, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. You have anything else to say to me?
Well, I was under the understanding by what Ms. Hooten told me that if the dog's repossessed, that would be, that's it. And I would owe from the time that I had the dog until the time the dog was repossessed.
It's not leasing a car.
It's almost the same thing. That's what I explained to her, is that it's almost like property. That's what it is. It is an animal.
Let me explain something to you. You agreed that this was your responsibility, not her responsibility, not her father's responsibility. You had a brain whatever, and decided that you had to have a $5,000 dog.
She offered
That's
to get
not
the loan.
true,
Just a second, just a second. That's a dumb thing to say.
No, ma'am.
Now, that's a dumb thing to say. How old are you?
I'm 23.
You're 23. Well, if you're 23 and you're not dumb, then if somebody says to you, listen, if your credit won't let you have the dog, but if you're prepared to pay me back, I'll loan you the money, I'll take out the loan, and she's your friend, then you say, if you don't have sawdust in your brains, you say, no, I'm not going to take on another responsibility because I really can't afford it. The loan that your father paid off was $3,750.
Correct.
You got $300, according to you, for the dog. I am ascribing the value of the dog at $1,200. Now, you say that she paid you $250. Correct? Okay, so then what she owes you is $2,550. Mr. Hooten, what other financial interaction did your daughter have with the defendant and her witness?
With her defendant, just this matter, Your Honor. The witness...
How are you related to her?
I'm her fiance.
She was a fiance at the time of this whole incident.
He was
occurred.
my fiance at the time of this whole incident occurred.
He was your fiance?
Yes.
I got it. Got it.
Big mess.
Say no more.
Don't want to go there.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,550. Thank you.
Bodies are excused on the calendar in the matter of Juergens versus Mira Salon. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat, please.
Who's the owner of Mira Salon?
She's not present.
Well, who's going to be speaking for
I'm
this
the
group?
manager. My name is Patricia Mass.
Good. Why don't you, the two of you, have a seat? Ms. Juergens, you went to the salon, this Mira Salon, to have your hair cut and colored.
Yes.
And it is your claim that, aside from the haircut that was a little too short that you were not happy with, the hair color that they provided for you was really less than satisfactory, giving you a slightly purple spotted tone.
Yes.
And when you got home and you saw it in natural light, you were appalled. You went someplace else and had it redone. What you're suing for is the cost of having the process that they did at Mira reversed, and also the bounce check costs that you stopped payment on the check that you wrote to them.
Yes.
The salon says that they want the money that you were supposed to pay them for the work that they did for you, because they would have been delighted to repair your hair had you come back to them. They didn't have that opportunity because you went elsewhere. So tell me when you went to their salon.
I went there on March 22nd.
Was this the first time that you had been there?
Yes.
Who recommended it?
I live nearby there. And
so nobody?
No one.
And you didn't have the name of a stylist or colorist? You just walked in
No, I didn't.
Cold?
I called in about a week beforehand. And I just asked for a Saturday appointment for blonde highlights and a haircut. And they suggested Zena.
Okay, so you got a haircut and they cut your hair too short for you. But you weren't so upset about that. That happens. It's happened
It'll
to
grow.
everybody. Hair grows. What about the color?
Well, the color, we had agreed on blonde highlights and brown lowlights. She had brought out some color swatches of hair. We agreed on it, and she went ahead.
Okay. you left, you paid your bill. Mm-hmm. So in the salon it looked fine?
Yes, it did, but the lighting in the salon it's very soft.
I understand.
Kind of dark.
Been there. I know what you're talking about. All right. Now, do you have pictures to show me of what it looked like in natural light?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it. Well, there are two where I can clearly see what you're complaining about. I'm going to show these two to the defendant. Some of the other ones I can't see. What you're complaining about are those purplish spots. Mm-hmm. Who is Zena? Step up, please. Can you explain that to me, Zena?
Well, when
I see the highlights.
Right.
And I also see some purple there that would be distressing. What's that from?
Well, when she had first walked in, she had 4 different colors in her hair. And I told her step by step what I was going to do. And we had talked about the haircut, and she loved it. Her hair was uneven, and...
Zena, don't try to confuse me. I'm not talking to you about the cut. I've already said to her, your hair was too short. It's longer now. It's fine. Sure, keep your hair a little shorter anyway. It makes you look younger. What I'm talking about is the purple in her hair. She didn't come into your salon with purple in her hair. So explain to me how she ended up with purple in her hair.
It was not a purple in her hair.
That's purple.
This was under the light, so it shows like a burgundy brown. And
no, it shows peculiar looking. It doesn't show natural. It's very peculiar. You know, for somebody going to a punk rock concert, it's fine. But that is a little peculiar. Let me have it back. So what you're telling me, Zena, is you can't explain it. That's just the way the color grabbed her hair. Is that what happened?
Well, I had to use that to kill the 4 colors in her hair. And she loved it when I was done.
No. In your light, she loved it. You know, I've seen teenagers with this in their hair, but not grown-ups. They don't wear it. All right. Not awful. I mean, you didn't have spots. And you said in your complaint you had spots. I thought it looked like a leopard, you know, with spots.
Oh, no.
These were streaks. Streaks of color that had purplish, reddish tints. It's the way the color grabbed your hair, right? Okay. Other than that, it looks fine. Other than that, you got nice highlights. I think she did a nice job on the highlights. It's just where the red grabbed your hair.
Correct. The blonde was fine.
So why didn't you go back to them?
I contacted the salon after I got home and saw it in the natural light, and Zena got on the phone, and she kept saying, well, no, it looks good on you. You liked it when you laughed. And I said, no, in a natural light, it looks like red grape juice is in my hair. And I said, I have got to get this fixed. I have to go to work on Monday. I can't go to work with my hair like this.
So what did Zena say?
Well, we went back and forth for a few minutes, and then she said, I'm booked. The soonest I can take you would be Tuesday afternoon.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what did you do?
Well, I was very upset. I needed something done. I called a salon that was open on a Sunday, asked if there was anyone there that could do corrective color.
So?
She okayed it that day, and I...
Zena, listen to me. The blonde highlights, dear, look fine. The purple does not look fine. Your customer called and said, when I got out into the natural light, which is where most people see me, it looks funny. I can't go to work on Monday morning like this. And you acknowledged that you said to her, there's nothing I can do. I'm booked. If somebody calls really upset, maybe you take an extra half hour, or you have somebody else take one of your clients, or you say, come in and I'll have somebody else take care of you in order to accommodate a customer. I'll hear you.
She didn't have the initial conversation with the plaintiff
Who
in
did?
the beginning. Kelly. So
fine.
When you're...
Kelly, step up.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
It's easy. Your customer was blown off.
She wasn't blown off.
Yes, she was. She was blown off by Kelly.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Catherine Juergens claims hairstylist Zena Kanuna dyed her hair purple. She is suing for the cost to have it redone.
You had the initial conversation,
Yes.
Kelly. What did she say to you?
She called and she said she would like to come in. Her daughter said her hair looked purple when she got home, so she'd like to come in and get her hair recolored. And I said I'd have to talk to Zena and see if she could squeeze her in. So by the time I talked to Zena, it was probably around 4:30, we closed at 6, that I got a chance to talk to her
What time has
again.
she called you, Kelly?
Around 3:30.
What time had you called her?
It's about 3:30.
So you got to speak, the first opportunity that you had to speak to Zena was an hour later.
About then, yes.
Good.
I
Go
had to
ahead.
call twice.
You called twice?
Yes, I did. The
Okay,
first.
go.
Okay.
Go ahead, and what
So
happened?
the next time she called back and I talked to her, I said the next time Zena could see her would be Tuesday, that she couldn't fit her in. It's not that Zena did not want to do her, that she was not able to fit her
Don't
in.
editorialize. She called you at 3:30, and you did nothing. This is what I'm getting, Kelly. Then she called back, and when she called back, you went to speak to Zena. Is that what happened?
No, I had talked to Zena, and I hadn't had the chance to call her back yet.
But you hadn't called her back. She had to call you.
Yes.
That's not good business. Because if she hadn't called you back, you may not have called her at all if you were busy. Don't speak. Not good business. So you told her when you called back that Zena couldn't fit her in. And the earliest she could see her was Tuesday.
Yes.
How did it come about that Zena got on the phone with her?
I don't know when she talked to Zena. I think it was the second time she called back. She may have talked to Zena then.
Is that right?
No, that's not correct. The first time I called, she said Zena was with a customer and she'd give her my message. I did tell her I was unhappy with my hair, so I waited for an hour and I didn't hear anything back, so I called again, and then I spoke with Zena.
So you can have a seat. And you can have a seat. It's easy. Your customer was blown off, and it wasn't good business. What did you expect her to do? I mean, you didn't know about the situation, but what would you expect her to do? Wait until Tuesday?
No. I didn't, first of all, I didn't think it looked as bad as those pictures indicate.
That's what it looks like.
And she wasn't blown off.
Yes, she was. She was blown off by Kelly. In her mind, she was blown off.
Right.
Because if you call at 3:30 and say, I'm really unhappy with my hair, would you call me back? And 4:30 comes, you know, the salon closes at 6 o'clock and nobody's called you back. And my sense is that Kelly would not have called her back. Kelly was not, on Saturday when everybody is real busy, she was not calling back a dissatisfied customer. The salon is closed Sunday and Monday probably, the earliest she could see her was Tuesday anyway. What's the point in calling her back? So, what would you expect her to do?
Well, when she called the first time, she asked to speak to Zena, and the conversation was regarding that. It was also about her hair and not being happy about it, but she had asked to speak to Zena, so there really wasn't a whole lot of reason for us to call back till Zena was available.
What?
You hear the groaning? They're not supposed to do that. What I'm telling you is, if you're in business and you want to keep a customer and you're not blowing her off, Kelly, who looks like a very healthy young lady, says, hold on one moment, walks over to Zena, says, can I speak to you a minute? Just take 2 seconds, put down the scissors. Did someone say she's unhappy about it? She really wants to come in. You have time for her today? No, I don't have time for her today.
Okay.
Comes back to the phone and says, I'm sorry, she can't see you today. I mean, it's not as if Zena is involved in brain surgery. She's going like this, making with some dye, right? Folding it together and putting it down, right? Right. That's not taking out somebody's, you know, aorta. So she went and had her hair fixed elsewhere. As far as I'm concerned, Miss Jerkins, you only have to pay it for it once. Once. Mm-hmm. So you didn't get the service that you wanted at their salon.
Right.
They're not entitled to be paid. So your counterclaim's dismissed. But that means that you got your hair colored the way you liked it, right?
Well, it wasn't really the way I liked it. I had to be
It's never
dark.
perfect. Come on. God makes it perfect. Beauty parlors try their best, but it's not perfect. And then you went someplace else and had it made better, right?
Well, yeah, it was better.
Good. So why are you wasting your time suing them? You had your hair fixed. I mean, what do you want? You want them to pay you thousands of dollars because you were unhappy?
No.
So what do you want?
I wanted to be reimbursed for the correction that had to be done on my hair.
Let me explain something to you, Miss Jergens. Sometimes color grabs differently, depending upon what you had for breakfast sometimes. Even what you eat can affect how color grabs your hair. Your hormones that day can determine how color grabs your hair. How much sun you have on a particular spot in your hair can determine how color grabs your hair. It's an imperfect thing. It's not nature. It's chemical.
I understand.
So what I'm looking at, the job that Zena did, being fair to both of you, looks like a very reasonable, skilled highlight job. The only problem is that some of the color grabbed your hair wrong. Mm-hmm. Stop making a big deal. The lesson is, if you're in a service business, you're supposed to service your customers. And if she were a better serviced customer, you wouldn't be here today. And I'm not talking about Zena's work. I'm talking about what happened afterwards. It's a good lesson for people in the service business. You've got to treat everybody with respect as if you really care, not just getting them into the salon, but keeping them. Fair statement?
Fair statement.
Good. Go home. You're a very nice lady. That's all. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm just glad to have it over with. I can see that we made a mistake in not servicing the plaintiff.
I thought the outcome was fair.
I think the judge was fair.
It's not what I wanted, but I thought it was fair.
I think that just making sure that we respond to phone calls within a certain amount of time if there are any complaints. We don't get many of them, but if there are any, we'll take care of it right away.
मुझे इतना किसी ने नहीं दी। वो मुझे फिर भी तो कहा था आपको